What is going on,
We're
fellas?
back like the herpes.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey everybody, Baldy here, and this is the world's worst podcast.
I'm gonna
Request lines are open.
How you guys doing, man?
Peachy.
We're here.
Great.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Hopefully everything is being
The
recorded.
cicadas haven't took over the world yet.
Cicada takeover.
Zombie cicadas.
Right.
You just eat them. That's the solution.
Dude, I have watched 1,000 birds get full.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Hey.
All you do is sit on the porch.
Mother
and watch
Nature's
them
eating
eat.
good.
We
Birds,
feed the birds.
snakes.
My
It looks like
bird
a
feeders
dam.
are still full.
Turtles.
Mine are fucking
Yeah.
They destroyed that, then went after the
Yeah.
damn. But we started putting the bird feeders up because of the fucking fact we keep getting hit with June bugs and we keep getting hit with Japanese beetles eating up my roses, all my grapes. I was getting annoyed.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Yes, you two are together.
We're together.
Oh, that's cute.
They're camera cuties.
That's sweet.
Camera cuties.
Sweet. So sweet.
This is cool, man. This is legit, son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got her rolling hard. Hard.
And it's nice to have all of us. You know?
Right.
We haven't done this
I don't know. I think he's going to regret it later.
And now, welcome to the world's worst version of This Is Your Fucked Up Life.
Pretty sweet, man.
Appreciate it.
So
2 years we've been working down here on this.
we're asking the questions
And
now.
it started with
We're taking
COVID.
over.
What
Bruin
inspired you to
take
do
over.
such a thing?
I can't really play anymore because of health issues, so I
Yep.
decided to start going back to doing the podcast again because it's been 8 years since we've been doing it. We're on season 4 now, so
Nobody really does it.
Sweet.
no, I dropped $1,000 in just the podcasting gear, and then the remodel was half COVID money and half our money.
People don't see the other side of the coin.
That pool table was bought all with COVID money.
Nice. Thanks, COVID.
Yep.
Hey, my floor in my house. Stimmy,
Thanks,
stimmy.
We bought a lawnmower.
Well, you know, we all partook, so now we have
We
inflation.
did. We bought a zero turn.
Right.
You know, we all partook, now we have inflation.
Yeah, right. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, economy.
No shit. Welcome to the world's worst podcast, motherfuckers.
We here.
Any
It's
questions?
nice to see you.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time that with the new crew. The last
Yep.
time Lutz was here.
This
with
Yep.
lineup has been.
Oh, I don't even think I was here the last
you.
time.
No,
Nope. It was just him and.
It was my first time.
no,
here.
you were with your other 72.4 bands.
Yeah,
so-
I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Was I here with Lutz? I wasn't here with Lutz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you and Lutz did an audio version of the podcast, season 3. It was right before we went over to the Facebook Live version.
Okay.
When I first started, it was a shitty microphone, about that big. About that big. I'm over here like, fuck that camera. So, yeah, it was tiny,
And
and
now
it sucked.
we're still on the bottom of the shelf, but we're the top shelf, bottom shelf booze.
That's right. That's right. We're $20.
We're
Instead of 15.
benchmark full.
$24.95 if you go to any plaza around
$24.95.
here. It's
Yeah, we're
$24.95.
Okay.
$24.95, not $15.99.
That's fair.
You know,
You're
you,
right.
you go
Exactly.
twice plus half.
Exactly. Yeah.
This
You get the
lineup-
whiskey that's just above what they just want to throw out.
Right. You get the
You get the next barrel.
You get the shit the bums
It's
are
got a
going,
little less mold on
I'm
it.
out.
The guy
You know.
at Buffalo Trace was like, there's not cheap bourbon, there's only cost-effective bourbon. Sugarcoat it all you want.
Did you ask about the black fungus?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty
And you would think that would be in a movie somewhere. So there's like this black there's this black stuff on everything, on the sides of the buildings, on the
Oh,
trees.
thanks.
The
I painted
trees
the
are
whole
black,
basement
everything.
black.
And it's because of the ethanol from the rick houses and stuff. It causes the growth of this particular type of fungus that makes everything black. So that's how they used to catch moonshiners. They would look for black coverage on some of the
that's some
trees and
shit.
stuff, and that's how they could find those tanks. I was like, how is that? Why has that not been in a movie? That seems like a pretty important thing to throw in because why
kinda
is
sounds
everything
like-
black?
Have you read the books by Brian Alvis? He does one called Bootlegger. It kind of sounds like
No,
that.
and I've wanted to.
I have it. I don't think I've been able to get to it because I got 2 other books ahead of it. But
Was it on here?
Yeah,
Was
but
it your
I think
podcast he was on?
yeah, yeah.
I remember listening to that, and he was talking about his books.
With it, though, he was talking
interesting.
about my family, the Sheltons. I'm a direct descendant of the Shelton gang. So, playing with the cameras
Get
over here.
out.
You are within stabbing distance. So
You have your own
There's no
camera,
sharpness
sir.
over here.
Hey, if you stab me and I die, then it'll be like a Sepultura band. There'll be no original members. Ah!
Oh,
I'm the only one of them that has not played live on stage. That's a founding member.
Derek,
Derek's played on stage with
Dominic Permenter, and then Kurt Branch.
Well, I didn't know if we ever made Dominic and them official.
We
I
jammed
know.
a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Nothing
fun.
ever came
Like
to
Derek shows
fruition.
up. Derek shows up. I don't know if I can talk about this, but Derek shows up at my house and he's like, "Dude, they were talking shit." I was like, "What? Whatever." He's like,
Right,
"You need to
okay.
call him." I'm like,
Okay.
"Oh fuck."
Backstory here. Backstory. We'll go way back into the annals of history.
Oh shit! Here we go. We'll talk about the
Annals
EP
of
later. We're
history.
gonna talk about the history now.
So,
This part was supposed to be at the end, but
Yeah.
it got cute now.
I knew John Pettigo,
Okay,
and then John Pettigo worked with Derek at TA.
gotcha.
So I didn't know who the fuck Derek or I knew my brother worked at Kroger with you, kind of.
Patty.
But
But I worked with Josh and your parents at Country Cooking.
yeah, the old country cooking place.
Yeah.
And Pettigo was like, I got a guy that wants to start a band. And I'm like, ooh, we can jam.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, fucking little old Derek. He was fucking
Oh, my God.
baby face. That was
Oh, my God.
2008.
My oldest son is bigger than Derek. By like a foot and a half. No
This
shit.
was,
Good old Derek, man.
this was a microphone through a practice amp days.
Yes.
Because we were all there.
Yes.
Yep.
And then I think Patty ended up introducing me to you that one night.
Patty mayonnaise. Patty mayonnaise.
Doug. And then he worked with Kurt Branch and Dominic
Okay.
at TA, and that's how they all were like, yeah, we want to blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And we were just like, yeah, we want to get together and jam, and them guys were like putting the cart before the horse. They're like, hey, man, let's write some music, play some shows, see if things are going to work,
Right.
and then we'll start talking about getting in a van and go rolling around.
And no tour Australia tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. Oh,
No.
I've had a few of those auditions.
They had that mentality.
We need you in 3 weeks to be ready to go to Paris.
They were kind of dicks, man. I mean,
Good luck, buddy.
and they, I think you guys weren't there, and then they were looking at me like, well, are you gonna? Because I didn't want to come to practice, and Kurt Branch showed up on my door, and I'm like, what? He goes, are you jamming with us today or what? And I'm like,
Thank you,
I
C.
guess
I got you.
I need
got
help.
you.
We know. We didn't even intro the band or nothing. We just started talking. This is an ADD session right here.
So
It's an intervention that's never going to happen.
Input side's where the clip is. So if you find the clip, that's
I
the
knew
front
that.
of the mic.
But yeah, that didn't work out with them guys. I think my brother knew Ryan too, because he ended up working at King City. So
Yeah, Ryan was later, though.
it was me, you, and Derek, and
Yeah,
then
'cause
Ryan come along.
the first thing I remember doing with y'all
We didn't
was
have a drummer for a long
long-ass time. But the first thing I did with y'all was in the barn. Behind Derek's mom's place. The dirt floor barn.
We jammed with one of his mom's friends or something.
Yeah. And it was just a practice, like, hey, we want to see whether or not you can play anything. And
It would have been
I didn't
more
even know how to
interesting if
tune.
you said we jammed
I
with
didn't know
one
how
of
to
his
tune my
moms.
bass. I didn't know what strings to buy for my bass.
Yeah, man.
I was playing through a fucking subwoofer that went to a damn CD player.
Oh, that's great.
Like a retrofit cord to go into the back of a Philips fucking subwoofer from a damn DVD player.
Yeah.
I had an Ibanez, solid state Ibanez 212 combo, and I would just throw it in the back of my truck. I didn't
Dude, he's not lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it.
And that thing took a fucking beating.
Yeah, those
we
house
played
lights run forever.
like 2 or 3 house parties because it was just like, let's just go play some house parties. And didn't know any covers. We were just jamming shit.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of songs wrote. We did a demo which gave to Keith
McAlexander's
brother, and it was like a 7-song demo or a 5-song demo
was 5.
with no drums.
Yeah.
Or it was programmed drums with shitty.
Yeah, it was on that keyboard I had.
It was the keyboard.
On that damn writing desk.
And here's a little fucking. So the vocals are really raspy. And we couldn't figure out why.
Just clipping
I
everything.
had left a distortion pedal on
Oh, nice.
because we were just like, I don't know, we were just winging it.
Yeah, we
So-
had no clue what the fuck we were doing. Or hot wiring the back of a
We
damn.
were going through one of them interfaces with a stomp box.
We didn't even have an interface. It was hot wired into the mic cord through a tape deck. Dude, you're
Nice.
using the tape deck's mics with it on play and pause or a record and pause to where you could have access to the damn little mics on it. But we had that thing so engineered, it was horrible. Like you heard, that was an Xbox microphone. That recording before.
We jammed out
Were
with
you over there
Keith.
tearing yourself up, Steve?
Steve's having problems. We jammed with Keith maybe 2 or 3 times,
I remember the shed.
and he was just wishy-washy.
Because
I
I remember we
think-
jammed with him at your place in Nason. And then there was once, I remember at his shed out at his place. That was when he was with Blackout, I believe.
I believe.
And then what was the job you took? Because there was a job you took where you were like rewelding ethanol tanks or some shit.
I was doing ethanol plants and doing shutdowns and stuff, and
Yeah.
I think towards close to that, it was getting really stagnant. And, we were trying to get the band itself, the entity or whatever. We were trying to get it off the ground, and we could never, for the life of us, we
didn't care that we didn't have a drummer. Like we played like twice, I think, and got paid. And one of them was like
was like a
Zach's
house
fucking
party.
birthday party or
Yeah.
some shit. Was it Zach's
We probably
birthday
got
party
paid
or
in
Derek's?
alcohol.
We did. We ended up getting smashed.
And we could never get it off the ground, man. And I think that I took that job, and then I worked out for like 6 to 8 months working out on the road off and on.
Right.
And then, of course, Ryan, he jammed with Keith and some other people. And then he started getting back into racing. And then I think you were just kind of chilling out. And around the time that I was like, this working out on the road shit just ain't for me, I think that's, and once again, John Pedigo, I met Chop through John at Walmart, and I'm like,
Okay.
who's this weird fucker?
That's hot now.
And he was like, the same thing. You want to jam? I'm like, okay, another jam project, whatever. I don't care. But it wasn't till, because me and Chop had got together, and then you came over, and we were just fiddling around for like a good month, 2 months, and Derek, out of nowhere,
Yeah.
said,
Derek
hey,
had
man,
left-
I bought this drum set.
Well, back up. He left to become a cop.
He wanted to become a
he
police
was going to be a cop, and he left it because he's left on his. Well, the funniest was the bottle of Crown Royal.
You know how
But
many times that dude's quit bands? We love you, buddy.
I'm just as guilty.
He knows. He knows.
I'm just as guilty,
No,
brother.
he holds
Don't
the
feel bad.
record.
Well, we
holds
used to
the
joke.
record.
No, we used to joke with his ex-wife. We used to tell her, Derek's so indecisive, I'll bet he can't get dressed.
I know a few people like that.
Because he is. He's got so many thoughts running through his fucking head, he don't know which direction to take.
Right.
Love him to death. He's always going to be a brother, but, that shit was always funny to us. But when he quit that time, he was going to be a cop, and then he came back, and we didn't know that he was learning how to drum. So he left on vocals, came back to drum. And that's
cool.
when SOC went through, and then SOC fizzled out, Cause of Ruin came back.
Yeah.
And then that's when Mom passed. I couldn't be part of it anymore. My mom had passed away from cancer at the time. We just got done doing Metal in the Mountains 5. And when that went down, I backed away and I told him, I said, get whatever you need to do, go forward. Blessings, run with it, motherfucker. I don't care. And that's when the Lutz, and then I believe you came along because Derek had quit.
Yeah.
And then you guys jumped in when Ryan and Lutz took off.
To me, the first solidified actual lineup, hey, we're playing shows.
Yes.
Hey, we're doing shit, was me, Ryan, Greg, and Derek.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was,
The concept of Cause of Ruin.
The concept
is 17
of it
years old.
solidified.
The
It's
full-fledged.
Yeah.
and even Derek was like, you just want to
I'd
run
agree
with
with
that name? I'm like, sure, we'll run with
I don't even know
it.
how the fuck the name got.
Dominic Perminter.
Was it Dominic that
Yeah.
did it?
He came up with it. I'm like, yeah, sounds cool. We just rolled with it.
Thanks, Dom.
Right?
I don't know
It's
you,
like a
but thanks,
doctor
man.
now or some
No
shit.
royalties, though.
That's
No
crazy.
royalties.
I had no clue on that.
We don't have money to give you. So.
Well, my brain's like Swiss cheese after the stroke. Like, when they zapped me, it fucked my brain up. So I've got things that I thought were me and Paula that were me and my ex-wife.
Ooh,
And thank God
okay.
Paula is a cool-ass motherfucker.
Yep.
I'm not even playing on that one.
Yep.
But she's put up with a lot out of Chris and Baldy, because there is a difference.
Cult of personality.
Ease. Yes.
Ease.
I was
Hello,
gonna say we
me.
should cover that.
Meet the real
By
me.
the way.
I think
Yeah.
you guys, honest to God, I think it was him that put the post up, but it was under you guys' moniker, and I can't never tell if it's y'all or Kyle. But shout out to Kyle Bissell for doing what he does for you motherfuckers.
Oh, he
'cause
does a lot.
You guys look better than you have in a while.
I shaved
as far
today.
as online going.
Yeah.
I took a shower.
Everything
I
that
took
you
a
guys
shower.
got. You took a shower.
Yeah, I did.
Did they vote and
Steve
make
took a
you,
shower.
or did they like?
Yeah,
Did they like Farva you in a corner with a hose, or?
They were like
Pretty
different
much.
creatures.
He just
They
kept
told me I
coming,
could-
and it would stink, and we're like, Steve,
told me
bro,
I couldn't
you
come
gotta,
unless I showered,
you gotta do something, man. That's bad.
The lineup now is a big culmination of bands playing with bands, playing with bands,
Right.
playing with bands,
Yeah.
meeting bands. They were in Skydweller. He was in Anodyne. We were in SOC.
See, I was gonna bring that up. I didn't
Steve's
know.
been in, well,
I said
Steve's been in
72.4
everything.
bands.
Yeah.
72.4.
All of them.
72.4.
Every band.
That's the running number now.
Yep.
See if you can beat it.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
I've never met anybody, and how many times has he covered for?
I was in
Derek?
2 of them.
How many times has he covered for Derek? Yeah, I mean, you got Washco, you've got
Once.
fucking Some Kind of Chaos, you've got
We had Greg
Greg Porter did it, he
Porter,
did
and
it.
then he did it. And then
He
we
did
had
it.
Rob cover for bass in SOC one time.
Yeah, that was a rough day.
Oh, yeah. They were fucking, woo.
Yeah. Oh, I.
We were at that pizza place in Alton, and it was a cool pizza place. And of course, they're all fucking doing their thing.
That was when Dad was in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay.
we had Rob on the fly. I mean, he recorded it, so he knew the stuff.
Wise?
Wasn't that?
Was not- yeah.
we had him covered for it. So
Sweet.
Rob's good to work
he's
with.
a great
but-
musician, man.
Yeah, he's great to work with. He did our album at his studio at his house.
Yeah.
And I don't have any complaints with it.
we got Steve. Of course, Derek. After Derek finally, that one was kind of after his divorce.
Yeah, I
And-
seen that coming.
It was more of a mutual thing than him quit. We're like, hey, we're gonna move on, man. Because Greg was like, look, it's either we get some stability in the drums or what. And then of course we fucking
Yeah.
suckered old Stevie in here.
Well, I was playing with Washco with Greg then, so it kind of made it a little easy for me to transition into this band.
Yeah, you already had that built with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We already had a pretty good feel for each other and everything else. So it was just like, you
Yeah.
guys practice right down the road from me. It's like how we started practicing at my house, I think, then, didn't we?
Yeah. We did
Yeah.
a lot of stuff at your place.
I still want to have a show where we do like a round robin where all the old cause members, like we just rotate people for different
Yeah.
songs and stuff. You know what I mean? It'd be cool to
comical.
get you and Greg up there. It'd be cool to get Derek up there. It'd be cool to get Ryan back
Oh.
up. Every time I try to give Ryan a guitar, he's like, no. And I'm like, motherfucker, I know what you can do. Stop
Ryan-
being shy.
Yeah, see, I have the same problem Ryan has. We both, when I seen you guys play, when we all played and I was in Burn Red Sky, and we played the PK show. That's the last time I've picked up
Oh,
a bass.
yeah.
That's the last official
was
time
such
I
a
have
fun
picked
show.
up a bass. But
Yeah.
after that, I had noticed that everybody, like, I didn't realize how many bands everybody has been in.
Yeah.
There has been a full rotation of people that have shifted into different things, different works, different projects.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how you can watch all of them grow. And I thought it was crazy 10 years ago. It's not gotten any different. Like it just keeps picking up and picking up. And a lot of bands don't realize that every year there's another group of 21-year-olds
Yeah.
coming to the bars, so don't quit. There's so many bands that just said, fuck it. I mean, I understand if you got something going on inside of your project and you can't focus, like what I was going through. I left because I had health issues. I
Sure.
have 2 brand new babies and a beautiful granddaughter now that is turning 2 in January. So I decided I was like, okay, I've had my fun. I've had my nights where I woke up and didn't know where the fuck I was. And I can smile at those because I didn't get a DUI or fucking stab somebody in the middle of a street in front of
Live
a
to
bar.
fight another day.
Yes, I've talked to people that have, like Tony Lamenta talking about being shot at PKs. Like,
Wow.
crazy shit
Okay.
that has happened,
That place was fun.
dude.
It was fun.
PKs is. Well, I mean, didn't we play a place?
Shout out PKs.
It was Foo Bar. We played a benefit for a guy that got shot at the Foo Bar right after we had played a show there.
Yeah.
Nothing like, somebody getting
Dude, the
shot
first
at
time-
Fubar to come play
Well,
a show
and we
at
played a
Fubar.
show there
The first
just
time
a
we
couple
played
weeks
there.
after somebody got shot there.
The first time we ever played there was some girls' clothes in the middle of the damn ground, like bloody
Jeez.
clothes just laying where we're going to park our
We've
vehicle.
all
That's-
played at the
yeah,
old
that's
Foo
freaky.
Bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
Yep.
of us.
Both sides.
Multiple times.
You guys
Same
played
here.
both sides?
We played
Same
both
here.
sides, yeah.
Big
We
side,
started
small
on-
side, a couple times.
Spirit of Chaos started on the
Small side.
and then they pulled us that same night to
Yeah.
the big side.
Played
That
the
place was fun.
Dude, that place was
played the small
nuts.
side a couple times with
The
Rick
only
That
thing
was
I-
a teeth cutting
with
place.
Aaron
man.
Cravens
we
and
cut our
Karcher
teeth
and-
playing shows there.
Oh, yeah.
And the Sunday night local shows at Pops.
Yeah.
Those were teeth cutters, man. Steve's played everywhere, so who the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's your most fun place out of state? You got a place that you've played out of state?
Lots of places.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Clarksville,
And that's
Tennessee
closed
was
now.
awesome.
Clarksville?
Yeah,
The warehouse, but they shut it down.
I don't know. All venues are about the fucking same to me. I want to get in and get the fuck out.
Oh, dude, he was talking about fucking playing Foo Bar, dude.
Wait.
I've never had such a shitty fucking way of getting in and out of a place, though.
The Looney Bin.
That wasn't.
Yeah, that
great.
was terrible.
wasn't
The
great.
Looney
Compared to
Bin
Red
and
Flag?
Yeah, Looney Bin was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Compared to Red Flag, yeah. Red Flag is fucking amazing going in.
We
and
do
out
need
of
to go
now.
back to Red Flag now.
Yeah.
'Cause the
Yeah.
first our
'Cause we
first
played
experience
March of
wasn't great.
2021, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was
And
right
they were
after he
still,
opened
like,
it.
Still heavy
hardcore
COVID.
COVID thing hit,
Mask
man.
everywhere.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Checking your temperature. And
Sound check
putting
was
a
3
thermometer up
seconds.
your ass and
Yeah.
How was
all kinds
shopping
of
at
weird
Walmart
shit.
during that? That was fun. Did you like the little signs they made for you because you're too stupid to get your fucking Kellogg's and out? I mean, come on now. I mean, I got a kick out of that at Aldi's and at Walmart.
We showed up there, and I was coming in hot, and we showed up. We get in there.
You talking about Red Flag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they They were wanting your signature, your temperature. We had to wear masks. You had to sit at your own table.
Yep.
What else was
They
it?
wanted
Oh, I
your-
remember the on table thing because they like removed half the tables in the building.
Yep. They wanted
Yeah.
your
That was
last-
the gig where I hurt
It
my
still
back
looks
real
like
bad.
And you had to stay.
we
It
got off
still looks
stage.
like that in there.
You had to stay at your
Like
table.
half the tables still never made it back in the building.
Really?
Yeah, but the way they moved
And
the
they're all
annex
high
boxes,
tops, so it's
I
like-
love the annex box look because I want to do that to an outdoor.
Oh, that's
venue.
awesome. Yeah.
I would love to do that for an outdoor venue.
It
where
looks
you could
amazing.
concession it and have spots for the bands, and cooling stations, and be out in the woods. I would fucking
Yeah.
love to do that shit
Yeah.
like that.
It was quite the fiasco.
Yeah, it was just.
I'll tell you the worst place I'd ever like
Shitty
playing.
sound check.
Oh
Very
yeah,
shitty sound check.
It
You
was
don't like the
bad.
sound check?
Everything that was coming.
We may as well just plug straight into the board.
Yeah.
so my video might sound better.
It will for sure
Probably.
sound better.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
We
Yeah,
gotta-
dude,
I'm
it was
really
so-
nervous about this take. I'll tell you that.
It was
right
like
now.
you chained 3 metal zones and was like, why, what is happening?
Oh shit.
Like it was just,
They're like, "Oh, you're good," and we're like, "No,
no, we're not good.
No,
We're not
it's-
good, bro.
This sounds like crap."
And we're
The
not
only
even that
thing-
picky, but this is bad.
My monitor at that gig, I remember, was sounding actually pretty good. It's like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, that sounded all right. You guys, fuck that.
It sounded quiet,
Yeah,
but what
got
I didn't
the vibe
like.
from the sound guy that it was just like, yeah, 3 seconds. You guys are nobody. It doesn't even matter. Here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bogus.
Yeah, we got.
That was
Yeah,
the vibe.
that's kind of
that I
how it
got.
was.
What I didn't like is all my fucking lights on my pedal are red,
Uh-huh.
and every fucking thing in there was red. The
Oh, yeah.
lights
Oh,
were red.
yeah,
The
yeah.
fucking floor was red carpet, and I'm trying to look at this pedal, and I'm blind as fuck
Yeah.
with no glasses.
Is it on? Is it
yeah,
not
I
on?
can't see shit. I don't know
Probably
what
felt
number.
like
Where am
red
I?
clothing.
What's happening?
Chris,
Yes.
when I hold this button down, I can hear everybody now.
Okay.
Is something broken or?
No, I probably need turned on. I don't know.
How the hell do you?
There's a button.
I don't know.
I press it. It cuts on and off.
Don't press it.
Just take a. Just
Seriously,
pull a.
Here, hear me out.
Just pull aside.
It probably is
Just
the
one
switch
ear
that's bad on it.
It's a bad switch, so I gotta hold that button the whole time.
You're a bad switch.
Yeah. La, 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 la.
Ooh, baby, baby.
I didn't even know there was a fucking switch on this motherfucker.
Just take one side off, and then you
Yeah,
can hear,
it'll be fine.
you can hear everything.
No, I just thought that was weird.
Just put some tape
Yeah.
on it.
We have a glitch.
I've got a volume slider.
What is happening here? It's like
I want to be in the.
It's
I want to
empty.
hear everything.
Leaning Tower of Beerza.
So I'm gonna
Well, I
hold
mean-
this the whole time.
I'm technically the only one that really has to wear one, just so I know everybody's coming through the mix, because the rest of you can hear me.
Well, we
without
gotta wear
them.
one so
Yeah,
it looks
yeah.
legit.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't care if you wear one or don't. Right?
So anyway, back around the story here.
Yeah, we're coming back, folks. Bringing it on back.
I smoked
we
a lot
got-
of weed earlier, so that's my fault.
We got Steve, and I think we did a show up in Bradley, Illinois at the Looney Bin. That was pretty cool. With me, you, Ryan, and Lutz. And then eventually Lutz bowed out, just personal shit. And everybody who's
Yeah.
left, it's all been personal. Nothing's been like,
No.
oh, I don't like
Yeah,
this
there's never
guy
been
anymore.
any bad blood. It's-
Never been any bad blood. It's like, it's understandable.
right.
Yeah,
And the first person I thought of, well, he hit me up first and was like, hey,
I did.
I'm interested.
You know, it's
I'm
like I
"All
could
right."
play bass.
And then I poured gas on the fire. I was like, "Whoa, we're talking to your old
Yeah.
bass player."
No, and as soon as he said that, I was like, never mind. There's no point even me even
Yeah, 'cause
expressing
the last
interest
thing-
because I knew I was like, that's perfect. That makes perfect
The
sense.
last thing that I knew was when I had the barbecue.
Yeah,
That was the last time I spoke to you, and then this whole
right.
transition
And we had
happened.
that was before we even made it official that Sky Dweller was probably going to be done because we didn't really know yet.
Yeah.
But I remember we kind of talked about it. I was like, it's
Right.
likely, but we haven't had that discussion.
Well,
but
what really like solidified it was
it was that September.
I
It
was-
was going
I
to
was-
see you
yeah,
guys.
We played a show in Salem.
Myers and I went.
You guys, yeah, Myers came and we kind of got together and we're like, so
What are we doing?
Do we want to do this? What do we want
Yeah.
to do? And then I think the kind of consensus was, I don't remember exactly what it was, but
Yeah.
that night that's when we like officially decided that Sky Dweller was done. And
Yep.
then so, that freed me up to be able to kind of, join these guys full time.
right on.
Yeah. Serendipity.
I MacGyvered it.
And then
Little zip tie.
after I got in
Nice.
there for I don't know how long
MacGyver.
I was in there. Then
MacGruber.
Ryan started racing again.
MacGruber, he's such a fucking genius. MacGruber. So we got Caleb, and I think we did a show in Louisville. We had 2 shows booked, and he was like, "Hey, let me do these 2 shows and feel it out and just see how this works out." And like after the Salem show, he's like, "Yeah, fuck, let's do it." And then COVID started creeping in, and then we jammed. We did that live stream thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
we did a live stream the day that they locked everybody down. March 19th,
It was cool.
2020,
John
whatever that
LeBlanc.
was. We had a live
Oh
stream
man, I
show
forgot about that.
That was a
over
good
at
live stream.
Steve,
I remember that
over
now.
at Steve-O's house.
It
Steve
popped up on
Osborne's.
my memories the other day.
Yeah, and that's got like 11,000 views or something. It's got
Really?
a crazy
Damn.
amount of views on it.
That's cool.
Man,
But because everybody was forced
There's
home,
nothing else to do.
there was
yeah.
nothing else to
Oh,
do.
yeah.
We were live streaming
We
that
were
night
forced to
already.
watch
I
it.
streamed it through the living room TV, and we watched it at the house. We were still in the
Dude,
Aaron
I think COVID gave streaming a hell of a run for its
Oh,
money.
it did.
I
Yeah,
really
for
do.
sure.
Because
That was-
right
was
after
huge.
COVID let up is when like Netflix stopped doing CDs, like the DVDs. They finally stopped
Really?
sending that shit out because we had them. We'd get 2 or 3 for the kids every
I didn't
weekend.
think they were
or,
still
like,
doing it at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could add it to your deal, but they finally just squashed that whole damn thing.
May as
So,
well. Yeah. I'm sure
well,
there was no
Amazon-
profit margin there at that point.
Yeah, Amazon pretty much bought up all of the DVDs that they were using just to send them out to people because all you do is print another label on it and package it, and you're
Yeah.
getting a brand new product again.
That's cool. I mean, yeah, might as well.
But full circle for 17 years, not a bad run, I have to admit, even though it's been on and off, and then you guys finally got to go running full steam ahead.
Yeah, there
What has it
for,
been now,
let's
like,
see,
about
8, 9, 10.
8 years now?
So for 3 years, it was like, we do, we don't. We're just hanging out and jamming.
Right.
We're doing this.
Yeah.
We're doing that. You know, and then I think after we took that last break from the old band, I was like, Derek, Ryan wants to jam. You want to get together and jam? And then, of course, I hit you up, but you couldn't.
Right.
So we got to.
But we did do a couple of songs together, but that never pretty
yeah, we
fruition
had 2
from
or
it.
3, and then we had.
It was like Party Song and something else. I can't
Oh,
remember.
God.
Oh, shit. Party song.
Yeah.
We don't play that no more.
No, every time.
I forgot all about
that
that.
song. I think was just specifically to
Killing
call Chris out for
Game
smoking
and
pot.
Party
Those
Song.
are all, those are all
I-
still on YouTube.
It was
Yeah.
pointed.
Yeah.
That was just like fun time.
Oh, I have my own version.
Fun
so-
time, booze, drunk
Oh,
rock
yeah.
music stuff
In
in
the
Yeah.
fucking woodshed.
the woodshed.
Oh my God, that
that thing
shed
was
had
hotter
to kill
than
us.
fuck.
I had
We
this
had
piece
mattresses
of shit garage,
for
dude.
soundproofing.
I
in
ain't
the
playing. There was
ceiling.
blankets,
I mean,
and
that's
drywall foam,
decent
and
mass.
fucking-
Some
It
hustle
was a
and flow
mess.
shit going on.
There's video of Gogata playing in there for Metal in the Mountains 5. They practiced there twice. And they're like, it's fucking hot here. We're not practicing here no more. I'm like, cool, because I'm ready to burn this fucking thing. We tore everything out of there after that. It was, oh my
Yeah.
God, it was so fucking hot in that thing.
Matt Hayes and I grew up playing in a barn, just open slat, no air because there wouldn't stay if you had it.
Yes.
Freezing our asses off in the winter, burning up in the summer. That was my first band. I was like 14, 13. Yeah.
Damn.
It was me. Let's see. Me, Matt Hayes, Nick Linneman. Bassists were revolving. It was like Kyle Williams and who else would have been out there? Travis Arpazzi.
So was this your first band?
But yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this was, and it was only because, and I sang, but it was only because I was like the only person that was willing to try it because I wasn't good. But it was like, man, okay, I'll give it a shot. So it was fun. But yeah, the same kind of thing of like, this sucks. When the weather wasn't right, it was a nightmare. And we'd all pile in Matt's Celebrity and be like laying on top of each other to get to practice.
Man, I was probably
Wood
in
stove.
luxury. We was playing in my buddy's mom's kitchen.
Ooh, yeah.
I'd set my
She's
drums
cooking
up, put it on the
fajitas.
sink. He'd have his rig out.
Yeah, we practiced in the living room.
meatloaf!
Awesome.
Practiced in the closet, living room, bedroom.
Shit.
Yep.
Tattoo parlors, fucking barns, fucking
prac- yeah,
I
garages,
almost did
Plenty
tattoo
of
parlor.
basements.
We
Yeah.
practiced in
Garages.
Jimmy Ryan's old tattoo parlor.
Yep.
'Cause we didn't have anywhere to practice because Chop was bankrupting his
he
home.
lost his house.
He lost his house, and we're like, where are we gonna
Ooh, that
practice?
sucks.
Yeah, that's where that light came from.
Oh yeah.
I don't have the poker table anymore. I gave it back to him, and then his brother sold it. Or his mom sold it, one of the two. But he had a bumper pool table that we had here. I had it through the whole time I was at the apartment when I got my divorce. Dude, I made it out with my bass, my thoughts, and a bag of clothes. That was it. It took me 3 years to get my shit back, and it was no wonder I got the stereo back.
Oh yeah, the
Man.
old stereo. Yeah.
It's
rough.
weird playing Cause of Ruin music on a stereo that the singer gave you. It's strange. It's strange. It's fun, but it's strange.
Party on,
It's
Garth.
in there.
Yeah.
It's a 1963 Sylvania console.
Oh,
I got it for free off these old people, man. I was doing side
Dude, he
job
calls me
shit.
and he's like, I got something for you. Come
No,
to your
I
house.
showed up at your
want-
house.
I
Yeah,
want a
you called me
console.
though, and you were like, come to the house. I got something for you. I pull up and he's standing on his tailgate, jumping up and down. There's this big ass stereo sticking out the back of it. What the fuck am I gonna do with this?
Fucking
That's awesome.
But I was like,
They
he's like,
sound
it
so
works.
good, too.
Oh,
You
dude,
get
up
a
until-
good
Up until my
something
wife,
that's taken
ex-wife,
care of?
fucking, yeah, she stored it in a shed for a year, and when I got it out, the fucking main unit. So
Neil fixed it.
Neil Miller put a brand new head unit, put a Yamaha new one in it, and that's what's running the
Digital.
sound down here.
He's the man.
Dude, he got those tune cabinets to not have to be fucked with. I was so happy. But the it has a dual 100 or a dual, I think it's a dual 100 or a dual 10, something like that. It's an original record player from the 60s in it,
Okay.
and it finally shit. So I had to buy a Bluetooth.
Yeah.
But I've got it main wired in, so it's not too bad. But I missed the old. It's got a diamond tip needle on it, the old one. Oh,
I'm still on the lookout for a console. We had a console growing up that my dad had got somehow, and it always
Yeah.
sounded amazing.
My
but
dad
it
had a
sat out in the
Magnavox.
garage, and it just.
You had a
It's
big
it's
white
probably still
Magnavox.
out there, but I'm sure it's junk now.
fuck.
I need so now I'm like I want one because it sounded amazing, and as I've started collecting vinyl and stuff as
Yes,
well, it's
yes.
like I would love to have a nice console stereo somewhere.
Sounds like a restoration project.
Oh, dude, there's so much fun. There's so much fun. The only thing I didn't like is when I wanted to get it rewired. The first guy claimed to be this. I mean, he said he was a veteran, so I was like, cool, I'll put some trust in you. He showed up, snatched my fucking wiring schematic off the back of the stereo, never heard from him again.
Wow.
Dude, I spent 6 months trying to find this motherfucker, and I still won his ass. Like, I am pissed that he did that shit. But that's why
Yeah.
Neil ended up rewiring it with a brand new unit. 'Cause couldn't do anything.
You know, let's hear what Steve has to fucking say, guys.
Steve, what do you have to say?
You take it for a while. We're gonna sit over here and
Take the mic. Chicka, chicka, chicka.
we're gonna
I
smoke crack and
really don't know what to
shoot
say.
OCs.
How are you guys doing today?
I don't know what to do with
We're,
my hands.
we're great, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what
you're
to do
doing
with
good.
my hands.
Yeah.
I don't sell crack,
I
motherfucker. I sell it.
don't know what to do.
The quarter piece to your melon.
So anyway, we the band has been through iterations.
No
Yeah.
shit.
We
And
got
now
You shut up. You were really loud. that mic
Wait,
is
well,
hot
you
on
cranked him when he was
Yeah, I
turned.
know.
You could probably pull him back
And
down
And
a
like
little
he's
bit.
like barely got anything. Put it between you two. That might even it out. Camera one, camera two,
probably.
camera
Wow,
one,
look at
camera
that.
two.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
wow.
See?
I
See
can
what I'm
kinda hear
saying?
it.
Switch mics.
Yeah, that mic's pissed. I don't know what happened
I
to
don't
it.
think
Which one
you-
is that? Four?
Switch cables.
Boo boo bit woo.
You're fucking this hog. We're just holding the head.
Don't.
So anyway, I'm just gonna talk right here.
There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
So the
Here,
lineup
put it
changes,
like
blah
this.
blah blah. I came in
Look at that.
2019 after the end of Skydweller. Ryan left to do some racing
yeah.
shortly after that, and then I think we kind of came together and was like, Seeger's available, and Seeger came in there and was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And
buddy.
here we are in this lineup, and we did the 2022 EP Villain, and now we've got the 2024 EP The Hero.
Right.
Yeah.
You were off.
Yep.
Excitement.
You were off for about a year.
Yeah, I didn't do anything for
You
a little
didn't
bit.
do too much for about a
I
year.
barely played, honestly. But I'm an objective.
And it was the same thing.
I gotta have something to.
I was like, hey, we got a
Look for.
couple of gigs. You're like, I'll do the couple of gigs and see how it goes. And
Yeah.
there for a while, it was like we were trying to really feel this thing out. You know,
Understandable.
it didn't feel.
Yes and no.
It felt uncertain because.
I say
different
yes and no
people-
just because, in the back of my head, I knew it would be a good fit because we
Right.
played so many shows with
Yeah.
Cause of Ruin.
Yeah.
They were the brother band.
Personnel
So I'm like,
wise,
I knew,
get along
yeah, I
with
knew
everybody.
personality wise, it'd
Yeah.
be fine.
Right.
So it was like, if we mesh creatively well, then it's on, and yeah, it was a game on pretty
We started
quick.
writing
So,
songs. It was like, yeah, this is.
yeah,
And it took the music in a different direction than what, because different people, different lineups.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just one person writing the songs like back in the old band. I would write 80% of the riffs, but me and Derek would put the bass together, and then Chris would come along and he'd help us, map and foundate out, and he'd put his own take on what I was doing half the time, kind of like a Ryan Martini style.
Yeah.
And then Chop would put in vocals afterwards. That's how that
Okay.
worked.
yeah.
But it's all been, like a riff or an idea or some old shit that he's got laying. I mean, we've all
Yeah.
got tons of shit laying around. Steve will sit there and come up with a beat, and we're like, hey, okay, and we'll dig it.
Right.
I'm all of the time getting stoned and writing riffs and putting it on the band on the band thread. We have a separate band thread for
I have
riffs.
so many song seeds,
I put-
either in my program or on my phone in my voice memos. I'm just
Oh.
like, I'll think of something. I'm like,
You don't want to. You don't want to go through my files.
I've got.
You don't want
I've
to
got
go
so
through my
much shit.
files.
Lyrics
Jesus
too.
Fuck, as much shit as I get sent. Holy shit! I got shit that you. Dude, I got a discrepancies fucking demo that I just found that the lead singer gave
still
to
got
me
mine.
years ago.
ATG.
I got the
Yeah,
poster
it was
too. The
when
original
the Kill
one.
Switch show we went to.
No, it was a FUBAR.
Was it a FUBAR show? I
FUBAR
thought it was
show.
outside the pageant.
It was a FUBAR show.
Huh.
Yep.
It was fun bringing him up for POD.
Oh yeah. ATD.
We did Rockfest, and he came up and did the second verse for Southtown.
No
it
shit.
It was a blast. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
fun. He killed it.
But yeah, like it's crazy to see some of that shit that's out there that's not a part of what everybody think is around here. Like
I've
literally,
still
they
got
don't
all-
know that this kind of thing is going on.
I've still
in
got
this
all my
area.
old posters.
And
I
there's
got
a lot of
bunch
skill.
old shit.
There's a lot of skill in this area that gets overlooked.
Dude, you ain't lying there. Like I fucking when I changed things over to music movement, I didn't realize how many fucking bands are in this area. It doesn't have to be just rock
There's
and
a
metal
lot.
and punk. There is a shitload.
I think it's
There's
gotten
a lot.
better now than it has been back in our teeth cutting
It
days.
seems to be in an
What?
upswing a bit.
There's better places to play.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
lying. I
yeah.
got tired of the Just Bills places where, we got a stage for you. It's in front of a pool table and a stick.
yeah.
Giant ass post right in the middle of the damn stage.
Oh, yeah.
posts, man.
There's always glass
Yeah,
on the
there's always
stage
a
every
post.
time I ever played there.
I've never had glass
Yeah,
on
if you look at
stage.
the ground, there's freaking glass shards everywhere at that place.
Ooh.
Talking about Just Bills?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
damn.
Bills.
Real quick, worst gig.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
I got a
Go on,
lot.
Tim.
Probably the worst one was I played a gig to a bartender one time, and that was it.
Sweet.
Yeah, that was San Lou for
We-
us.
San Lou
Yeah.
for sure.
That
Yeah.
was Centralia. What was that place called? Georgia's Snake Pit. or
Georgia's
something.
Snake
Yeah,
Pit. We
Georgia's
played there.
Snake Pit.
Derek almost
Yeah.
fell off the stage.
The stage was like, what
man.
the fuck?
He was like,
No,
like,
the funny
here's
thing about
Derek,
that stage is
here's
me
the
and Mark
stage.
built that stage.
like, yeah, if Derek would have sneezed the wrong way, he'd have fell ass first onto the ground.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
How high was the stage?
Like
Oh,
2
maybe
foot.
yeah,
maybe.
a foot and a half,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, I
warped
wasn't very-
plywood.
If you're falling straight back.
Oh no,
There's
it was-
video
it
of
was-
us playing it
It was
there.
an old skateboard ramp, is what it was, and we just
Jesus.
Nice.
just screwed a bunch of wood together and made it work.
Worst gig.
San Lou.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, San Lou. We were playing a gig with, what was the name of the touring band?
In Iona.
Yeah, in Iona,
In Iona. Yeah.
and they were great. But then we
There was
played for
nobody
like
there.
a couple people, and that was it.
Yeah.
And we had driven 2 and some odd
Oh.
2 half
It was
hours.
an itty bitty bar in St. Louis, but it was in a residential area.
Oh, yeah.
And it was there was I
Like
mean, there was
lights out at
nobody
11
there.
kind of thing, or what?
I mean, probably. I don't remember how late that show went,
It was pretty late.
but it was a weird location. Nobody was there,
Yeah.
and
By
it was a very narrow bar.
Yeah.
The stage was nothing. I remember I was in the floor. I think you may. I don't remember what but it was nothing. It
Really?
wasn't even worth going.
Damn. Did
But-
you at least get paid?
I don't remember.
Oh.
If we did, it wasn't
If you
much.
don't, yeah, you probably didn't get paid.
Yeah, if you
Right.
don't remember getting paid, it didn't stand out. 'Cause we've had some
If
weird
we
ones.
did, it wasn't anything worth. It may have been like $100 or something.
I remember I played this gig with Washco. It was like this. It's like an old strip club in like Carterville area. This place was like swanky as
Oh,
fuck.
interesting.
Was that the hot
And
spot
dude, it was weird.
in Heron?
You walk in there and they had like I guess it was a bar, but it was just
I couldn't hear him.
I can't remember what it was. I just remember it being just weird as fuck. It just being the weirdest place I've ever played. There was quite a few people. There's just weird. I don't know how to explain it. It was just weird. It's
Yeah.
like you're trying to buy beer at the bar, but you couldn't buy beer at the bar because they didn't have a liquor license. So
Okay.
What?
it was just weird.
You go into
We'll
people's
sell you
coolers?
a
I think
root
you
beer.
Had, I think you had to buy like a ticket.
He's
or
going to
some
coolers
shit.
and bribing people.
I think it was some kind of stupid thing where you had to like buy a ticket, and you take this ticket to the bar, and I need a beer, please. It was
So
just-
you weren't purchasing beer.
Yeah, you're buying
You're
a ticket.
buying a ticket.
Yeah, that sounds like
and
True
that
Fest.
ticket would get you a beer.
That's a nice
Dude,
Sounds
loophole.
like True
It
Fest.
was, and it was just totally weird. It was like an old strip club looking place, you know. it was bad. I can't remember where it was. It was over in like Carterville, that area somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what would be old strip clubs in Carterville, and the closest one I can think of is Hot
I don't
Spot.
know if-
And somebody burned
yeah.
that shit down.
It may have been what it
was
was.
Yeah, the Hot Spot in like
Oh.
Energy, or not Energy, in Culp.
Culp, yeah.
Kind of over by Heron. Anyway, somebody
Culp.
burned that down.
That may have been it. I mean,
That's
It
crazy.
was a weird ass place. I don't know, I've played a few weird places.
What's your worst? You already know my worst. You can't get any worse than what I got. So.
I'm gonna say it's got to be there's a tiebreaker, man. You play so many shows, it's like there's never not one.
Oh yeah, there is.
Maybe for you.
Yeah, there's definitely one.
But we played down at the Red Zone
Fuck
one
me.
time, and it was fucking one of RC's old bands, and they had this ratty ass fucking.
DOS.
It was some ratty ass fucking system put together,
Yes.
and it was like nobody there.
It took them the whole set that they were supposed to play to set the damn thing up, and then it blew up.
Wow.
They played a song or two,
that
and then we were
sucks.
on.
The Georgia Snake Pit was really hot,
Yes, that was.
There was quite a few people. I mean,
but
it
it
was
was
a good
fun.
time.
It was
fun.
okay.
It wasn't as
really
hot
the
as Mountain
worst.
Mayhem.
I'm the one who actually got all the rap groups. Remember whenever all the rap groups were going in between bands?
Oh
Yo,
yeah.
yo, yo.
I'm the one
I
who
must not
ended
have
up-
been there for that.
I went to, well, I know we had a couple of them that we did there. One of them we had like rap groups going in between the bands. Dude, it was great.
Yeah.
It's like all my buddies. Like I got a bunch of buddies over there doing
They
the rap
not like
music
us.
thing.
They not like us.
They did that in
It was actually quite comical.
they did that in True Fest too. The first True Fest. It was like
Yeah.
Was that the one it rained, and we all ended up under the carport? Or was that the second one
That
that,
was
it
the
rained?
second
Was
one.
it the second one?
the second. The
So
second one
it's-
was a lot of fun.
That one, then.
Yeah.
Over there on that, yeah.
Yeah, that was quite a bit of fun.
Oh man, I remember that one. I played at True Fest, and then I had to play in where's it?
Metal in the Mountains the night before,
It
wasn't
was
it?
Waterloo. No, I had to play a gig the same night. It was like
Oh.
Waterloo, Illinois. I had to go to, and I had to be there at like 9:00 to play, and I had to set up and everything. We got there about 10 minutes before we were supposed to play. So I'm like, and this bar is like an
Was it
old,
the same band or two different bands?
two different bands.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and I remember the bar was like a barge, and so it's like I'm hauling all my gear like in the grass, like all the way over this freaking thing.
Wow.
It was
Okay.
a pretty wild time.
That's crazy.
A lot of good gigs though. So the
Yeah.
good outweighs the bad.
Yeah,
The
it's
one you
starting to
got
be more
plowed
better
on,
gigs.
that wasn't
That
the
was-
worst, but
That was my worst.
Yeah.
that was probably your worst.
Yeah. You ever been electrocuted?
Yeah.
I got hit 3 times with 50,000 volts.
Tamaro. I got shocked in Tamaro by one of those belt fans because it had
They hit
shook
me with a
itself
taser
back.
3 feet
It started
away.
ripping up the
Yeah.
It
3
started
times.
ripping up the extension cord, and I went to go try to it started to like catch on fire, so I went to go unplug it. And
I'm surprised I didn't.
zapped the shit out of me. I was with Wicked Redemption cover band.
Yeah, I went ape shit.
fun.
They zapped me 3 times. I woke up in county 2 days later, didn't know who the fuck I was. For 3 days, I
I didn't
didn't know
get
who
it
the
that
fuck
bad.
I was.
I didn't get shocked that bad.
Yeah. When they let me out, I was.
Jägermeister.
Yeah, mine just woke
yeah.
me up.
Yeah, I drank a case of
don't
beer
touch
and a fifth of Jaeger. And a friend of ours got fired for being the bartender
Here's
that
a
night.
funny one. So this is pretty. It's funny now.
It hurts my head just thinking about it.
So, on the back of like, you got active pickups, you got the little 9-volt thing. The cover, of course, we're fucking a broke band.
Yeah.
Band on a budget. You had tape over it. The tape, you sweat and the tape would come off. His
Yeah.
battery was dangling.
Yes.
So the bass kept cutting in and out. I went over there.
Oh, I
and
thought it was
pulled-
completely unplugged.
I pulled the battery out.
I didn't know this. I thought I was completely. Oh.
I knew steaded you, bro. I knew steaded you. I'm
Yeah,
like,
because everybody on the floor is
you
going.
weren't even playing the right songs.
I know. I know.
I'm like,
It was bad. But he says it's not my worst.
maybe it is. I don't know.
I'm gonna potty.
Okay.
Potty break.
Right. Do we want to take a break? We can.
Yeah, let's take a break.
All right, let's take a break. We will be back with more bullshit. Ha ha.
Yeah.
to tinkle. Steve ran away.
We're back.
And we're back.
Just make sure we're coming through.
Well,
and
we've
it
been
looks like we're
gone.
good.
3 decades have passed. How old are you all now? Did you get caught in the blip?
My weed ain't that good.
Are you 5 years older?
So Caleb's got some.
You just
plug
need to do
hit.
more, and it'll make sense.
Oh no, no. I'll be like,
I can't speak. What are words?
hey, there used to be a globe right here, but I took it out because all you kept hearing was through this fucking mic.
Oh, really?
If the motor shot at it, but it would get me. I'd sit down here for hours and just
Stare at it.
gone. I'm
It's
like,
so
I'm supposed to be doing
pretty.
laundry. The kids are running around. I'm out here staring at the fucking ceiling like a retard because I done got a hold of some shit I shouldn't have. The first time I did Shatter, it did that to me. Like I cannot fuck with Shatter for very long. I could do it like part of the day, or I'll get coil burned.
Interesting.
Oh, it sucks. But yeah,
Caleb's
Steve-O
got-
Supremo.
Caleb's got some plug to hit up.
Yeah, I mean, it just so happens that like you're starting season 4
Yeah.
of the podcast and everything, and we are on a
Clockwise. There you go.
Yeah, and we are on kind of the whole rest of this year is going to be like putting out this EP. You know, we've got a show coming up to release it July 5th over at the Granada
Yep.
with Broken Circle and Syraxis.
Yeah. 8
Yeah.
p.m.
Yeah, both
108 North
excellent
Ninth.
bands. Always super stoked to see Broken Circle and their, just eclectic blend of whatever that is.
Yeah,
It works.
dude.
It's like
It's-
Tom Waits meets freaking, I don't even know.
I got one of their personalized vinyls, and it is amazing.
Yeah. And then Syraxis, more like kind of prog rock, Mastodon.
Power
I hear,
trio.
Yeah, I hear.
I've been wanting to play with them, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I've seen them out at. First time I seen them was out at Crap Fest. Is when I first met Kyle.
Oh, they got crabs. That sucks.
It was Crap Fest
well,
2.
hey, depends
Or
on
was
happened
it
twice.
lobsters?
It happened twice. No, crap isn't like you took a shit. Crap.
Yeah.
Crap Fest 2.
So that show is going to be for the EP release. Like we're actually releasing the EP that day, and I think we'll do some like pre-sale stuff beforehand for physical copies and vinyl. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We've got the two-sided one.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
I don't even have a copy of my own vinyl. I'm a loser.
But really, we'll need we'll need a two-sided of villain and hero, 'cause
Hey,
then
wait.
that's
get it in the camera here.
both sides of the good.
There you go.
Look at this.
I don't think anybody. I don't think you guys. I didn't know if you guys had got to see your
No,
vinyl.
man.
Oh,
I
you
don't
can't really see
I
it.
gotta
The
get
lighting's
one,
not good,
man.
but that's the villain
Dude,
side.
it
I
sounds.
gotta get me one.
That's
Yeah,
the villain,
I do too.
and that's the truck stop. And
Where
then
did
we
the
got
truck
Hero.
stop Indian come from? That's
Yeah,
what
tell
I
that
need. I
story.
need to know this. Where did the truck stop Indian come from?
My Caden,
Okay.
youngest stepson.
Yeah.
I had him make the design,
Gotcha.
but the song "Truck Stop Indian," and it was just just a
Right.
thought. What would life be like if you're that wooden Indian just sitting there all day watching life pass you by? The stuff you see. You know what I mean? It's just a truck stop, and you always see him at truck stops. But he made the logo, so
I know if you wanted to take a look at it or not.
Yes.
super cool.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah, it was one of the last records that got to play on the Dual before it shit the bed.
Yeah.
So I've played it both through Bluetooth and because this setup here is Bluetooth to my stereo for the entire basement. So
Oh man, that's awesome.
yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, I didn't even see that yet. I still got to get our own
That's gorgeous.
vinyl.
Yeah.
You have to sign it before you leave. So
Sweet.
Yeah. Sign around now.
And then,
oh, we'll get to it.
yeah, so
I'm not signing the truck stop site because I wasn't. I wasn't on that.
of this duration.
I won't do it.
No,
I should try to forge Ryan's signature on it.
not Ryan Criswell.
Not Ryan Criswell.
Eat it, Jones.
This is their second
Love you, Ryan.
EP that they've been on.
Right.
Technically, let's see. We did the demo. Me, Ryan, we put together that demo, and then it was like a 3-song.
Come together.
He did it.
Yeah,
We did it on
yeah.
like
Wasn't it-
GarageBand or
Yeah.
some shit.
Yeah.
And Zach still has a copy. I don't even have a copy of that
Right,
shit.
I don't either.
But the World EP, that was when we met Mike Miller.
I don't think I have that
Yeah.
one. I got these two.
Mike.
I don't even have that one. You can get a copy of it.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
out
think I
there.
have that one. That's probably the only set of recordings I don't have.
But that was a 3-song demo.
High horse and
Yeah, High Horse,
Okay,
and Combat
okay.
Kills, and then
Thunderclaw.
Cowboys and Quick
Thunderclaw.
Guns.
No,
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 Cowboys and
that
Quick
was
Guns.
later. Yeah, you're right.
It was Cowboys and Quick Guns was on that one. And I met Mike Miller through, Caden and his dad did a song there. I don't know
Gotcha.
how they met Mike, but this one he was still in New Baden at the old farmhouse. And he had a really good studio set up. And we did those 3 songs there. And then eventually we wanted to do like an EP, not just a demo.
Right.
And Mike's like, yeah, I'll have you back. And then I think Derek was on maybe one or two of those songs. And then that was when he...
Yeah.
So we got Steve, and Steve went back in, and Steve
Made it his.
Steve was like, "Hey man, is it cool if I redo this drum track here? Because I see a lot of stuff in it." And Derek's like, "I don't care what the hell you do."
Yeah, Derek's never been like that.
So but out of respect,
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey
Oh,
man,
yeah,
is
I
it
get
cool
it.
if
I
he
get
puts
it.
his drum tracks on this song?" He's like, "I don't give a shit."
Right.
Yep.
So, yeah, shit, man, this will be 3 EPs, 1 demo. Fuck.
Technically, there's the original demo that never seen light of day, but that was on a tape deck now.
Oh
so
God.
that was you do. I think Zach is the only person that actually has a copy of that demo. It's not even a demo. It's just the shit we wrote when we first started hanging out together.
You know how many bands out there, especially big bands like the bands we listen to, there's probably stuff out there that
Oh, bootleg all day.
probably hasn't seen the light of day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
I was
For the
fascinated
best.
I would hope so.
by that stuff.
which
Yeah.
is for the best.
Yeah,
hate
I would
when they
hope
put
so.
out demo versions of tracks. They'll do like special editions. Some artists will do that, and they'll put demo versions. I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit, because I know what the process is, and I'm used to the final product.
Right.
I don't need to hear the bare bones of what it was before you
Right.
made it great.
Right.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't want that. If it's like an alternate version,
Right.
it's like a different style, then perfect. If it's a demo, I'm like, skip.
Really?
Nope. Yep.
Dude, I've got so many demos from I've got probably 10 different tapes just from demos. I've got shit that's been sent to me digitally, which like I said, I put a post up a couple days ago that I think most of you've seen, where it's like I hate streaming. I hate it. I'm a vinyl guy. I grew up on vinyl. I grew
Oh,
up
I
on
get you.
cassette. I
Okay.
grew up on 8-track.
Yeah.
I have watched many a tape die
Yeah.
in a shitty tape player. So I enjoy the physical formats, and it's no hate on anybody personally. It's no hate on anybody's style of getting it out there. Digital is great for somebody that cannot afford to put out a physical format of their shit. And nowadays, you can go and have your own personal vinyl made. If I wanted to
Yeah.
get 20 different bands' stuff, I could rip it on Audacity and call up somebody and be like, because I'm buying it, I can have a vinyl made of a mixtape if
Oh,
I
that's
wanted
cool.
to. That's
Yeah.
how it's turned. It's turned so different.
Somebody
Since-
made a video about that the other day, and I went through a little bit of it, like the value of people. I mean, the accessibility is beyond imaginable.
yes,
If you would have asked me 15 years ago, I would have been like, "You're crazy. I'm never."
I would have never thought I could have got that
I would have never
banner.
thought I would have put this shit out.
Yeah, like a banner on Amazon.
But the value,
Right.
people aren't buying physical copy. People still are.
Yeah. It's just far and few between because record stores
I
are
think
dead.
more on a lower scale. People
Record stores are
buying
dead, though. Like, you realize that it's an hour away from here for any record store you want to get anything
Main
from Mount
Street
Vernon.
closed down
Yep.
last year.
And if you want to go to Walmart and get edited, or
Right.
the 16th version of Dark Side of the Moon,
Yeah.
you
why I
can go
always
to Walmart
liked-
and get that. But
So I was like Kmart, because they always had the
Kmart at least had a decent
They always had
selection. It
unedited
wasn't
versions
edited.
and
They didn't
stuff.
give a fuck.
Right.
But now it's an hour away from here to get anything, so I'm forced to buy online through like Kyle's setup with Drip Loud. I'm forced to do that kind of
There's
thing now.
record stores down in Carbondale.
I've yet to see a band be able to have vinyl at their shows.
Records for
Carbondale.
sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. An hour away.
There used to be PMAC, but they
Yeah.
Well, you
PMAC
used to
was
have
awesome.
Joe's down
we lived
there.
Right,
They might
we
be
were right
in
down
Cape.
the street from PMAC when we lived in Carbondale.
really.
Like Joe's Records left down
Like
there. I
4
believe.
blocks,
Yeah.
maybe.
I think it was.
There's still Plaza Records.
Is it Plaza Records?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've got America's Groove. You've got isn't there one in Benton? Isn't there something in Benton?
Not a record store.
Not a record store. No?
There's a
I thought they had one there still. They had. They
I mean,
used to have like
Kel's-
guitars in the front.
front row. But I
Okay.
think Kel will sometimes have records running around, but that's
Like they're selling records
half the
at
time he
fucking
doesn't
Cracker
know.
Barrel.
He doesn't even know what he has half the time. So
that dude don't got it. He's so fucking.
they're,
Oh, my
they're
God.
always so lit. You walk in there, you're like, I don't even know where to go. Where to start? I've not been in there in years, but it was always chaos. You're like, where can I find anything?
You just had to look for it. You just
There
had
was
to look for
there
it.
was like there was an amp room. I'll give them that. There was an amp room, and their guitars were sorted together, and then everything else was chaos. And I'm like, all right,
Where is this?
front row,
Oh,
front row center. We always called it Kel's because
On the way to Benton.
Kel.
Yeah, I
Hamilton.
know where it's at. Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
the right hand side, right? When
Yeah,
you're
as you're
headed
coming
to
in
it. Yeah.
before you get to Dairy
Yeah.
Queen.
Yeah.
But we always went there because
It's
it was
got
local.
like a weird
It was
ramp
local
or
shop.
some shit out front, I think.
I don't even
No,
know
like now I
now.
think it does, yeah.
It's been a long time. And then Darren Galway had a shop for a long time.
Are we
That
talking
was-
like getting shit fixed or finding music?
Darren's shop was just music equipment, but
Gotcha.
Kel, I do think he had some.
Like I hated going to the guy that we used to
Music.
have here. The guy that used to fix guitars over here by the Stadium Theater.
Melody Shop.
Melody Shop, yeah, I couldn't think of the fucking name.
Fucking
oh my
cocksucker.
god, dude!
Fuck him.
We sent that bass in. That bass,
It was
that
a
bass
cocksucker.
behind you there has been reworked like 5 fucking times, and they were the first 3. And they fucked that bass up so many different ways that Mike Ogle had to fucking rip all the guts out of it and start her fresh.
I remember being a kid, and so, got my first electric guitar, real electric guitar, and then I got a little PV Rage 158. I'm like, man, I need something to go from clean to dirty. I need some effects, So I went to the Melody music store there, and I was looking at different strings, and he would always be a dick, man. And I'm like, I'm just looking.
And like his brother had the one in Centralia, I think, too.
I bought a
Both
couple
them
of
were
stomp
dickheads.
boxes there. I'm like, well, can I try these out?
Well, he put used pots in my bass.
He's a fucking shit.
Yeah, I got it back and it was like every time I'm trying to go between fucking like one pickup to the next. I was mad as shit.
I got that first guitar. I'm like, hey, this isn't working. Can you fix it?
Yeah.
And he half-assed fix it.
Yeah.
And he said he set it up. He didn't set it up. And I took the back cover off of this. And he just taped the wires and shoved them up in the cavity. And he fucked me hard. And it's like, you do that to a young kid who's coming up wanting to learn music. I mean, that's fucking shitty.
Yeah.
He's
Fuck
not here.
that guy.
He's
What's
not
his
here
name?
anymore either. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
well, I don't know if he's alive, but his store's not.
Rant's over.
Yeah.
I think they bulldozed. No, they didn't. I think that was like Gallery 233 or some shit at the end or something. I can't remember what it ended up becoming now. I have to look when I walk past there next.
First amp, first bass, go.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Oh.
First amp, first bass. First bass was a Dean starter bass that came with like a little 10-watt amp. I got it for my 13th birthday, and I slept in bed with that thing for probably a good 2 weeks.
Hey.
And
I
understand.
Supremo is
There
back.
he is.
Supremo's back.
Yeah, you had to go get a drum head.
Let's see it.
Drum head in tow.
Cause around to Drumhead.
Nice.
What's the cause of your runs?
You need a knife?
We'll be back to the
I don't
question
have my-
in 2 minutes.
I don't have my pocket knife.
Do we want to take a break while he opens it? Or? Oh, you got your knife. Okay.
This is
cut the
live.
fucking
This is
thing.
live, ladies and gentlemen.
Right?
We're gonna look at this new drum
It's a
head.
live unboxing.
It's gonna be nice and pretty.
It says fragile. That's Italian for break easy, right? Fragile,
Fragile.
Escape.
fragile.
Scappy, there you go.
Escape.
Please handle with care. Fragile. Thank you.
Let's enjoy the fact that he
Drumart.com. Come.
Please cut the tape and not your hand.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Let's enjoy these stitches prior.
Yeah. There's so much blood. Why did you let us do that? It's a toothbrush. That's not a toothbrush.
Live unboxing.
12 hours.
The unveiling.
12 hours.
And you're seeing it first.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
What are we going to do now, Patrick?
Oh, look at that.
Dun, dun,
That's fucking legit, son.
Can you see it?
I like the Reaper.
That's cooler than a fucking fan.
No, it's too fancy. Send it back.
That cursive is weird.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
That cursive is weird.
Did they send you some free stickers
We're
or
not nice
candy?
enough for cursive.
Are the kids these days
feel
going to be able
like-
to read it?
I feel like if you're going to use cursive, I need to learn like music theory and stuff. You know
I
what
feel
mean?
there's a 21-year-old that won't be able to read it because it's in cursive.
Now, the
What's those hieroglyphs you got on
question is
your drum head?
the question is which kit is it going on?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's
is
the
it, is
question.
it like that? Yeah.
Steve is an owner
Is
of
he
a
like
lot
Minton
of
and he's
drum
got
stuff.
a kit for every day of the week?
Yep.
Oh, nice. So you give yourself 2 days off a week?
Oh, new stickers.
Oh, we got stickers.
New stickers.
We got
New stickers.
Nice.
And you get them first. Yeah, look
The
at that.
audio mixing is going to be so much
It's
fucking
going to be
fun.
all over the place. Good luck, man.
Stevie,
I'm sorry. I'm
Stevie,
so sorry.
Stevie.
I would accept no letter.
That's legit, dude. That's cool, man.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna slap that right on my bass case.
There
so
you go.
we were actually just
Slap
talking
that
about
right down my booty.
We were just talking about first base.
Okay, go.
Oh
Yeah,
finish.
yeah.
First base.
So yeah,
The
it was
Dean.
the Dean 4-string, starter bass, whatever.
Yeah.
I probably had it for about 2 weeks. I had a book that came with it called Bass Basics, and there was like a
Basics.
CD, that came with it, and it was like a couple of like Steve Bailey or something like that was playing bass. Anyway, I got really bored with that, and I drop tuned it. It was a 4-string starter bass, and I drop tuned it all the way down to A. And started learning every Korn song in existence.
All right.
And I'll never forget, my stepdad came in there one time after I was like jamming around, no amp or anything, and he was like, "What are you doing in here? It sounds like a bunch of clams tap dancing."
Because the strings flapping around everywhere.
Yeah, those
Bunch of clams.
standard
play.
gauge, standard gauge strings. I didn't know anything about strings, so
yeah,
I
I
was
feel
like,
you. I
I was
feel
like, I want to play Korn.
How many strings? How many strings
Tap
was it?
dancing clams.
You had a
That's
4
So I
string?
had ADGC.
Damn.
It's a little clammy.
You didn't
in
need
here.
the F because Fieldy only ever.
Yeah, he didn't do shit.
No.
Yeah. That was your. I don't even think. I think there's got the video of him where he doesn't have that string on his bass in the early days.
Probably.
Because he didn't use
need
it. Yeah.
And so it went from Korn, then Mudvayne, then like Primus was in there somewhere, and then Meshuggah later on.
Deftones.
Happy would
Yeah,
be a
all that was
cover
in
that
there.
we've not done in a while that we could bring back.
And then over the years, several basses, but now I've landed on the Warwick. That's a brand new.
Is that the one you're playing
Yeah.
today?
Yeah, I finally got
That's
the
pretty.
thumb, dude. Ever
Yeah.
since I saw Ryan Martini, like when Mudvayne's first album came out, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what? And then
Ping!
the sound of LD50, that bass sound.
Oh,
I've
yes.
never. So I got a Warwick, and I
See, I didn't.
drop tuned it, and now it's getting close.
I was
It's
never.
Not there, but it's close.
I'm gonna catch hell for this, but I was never a fan.
Of
Until I
LD50.
met him. Until I met him. Of Mudvayne.
right.
Of
Yeah.
Mudvayne, I was never a
in
fan until I
general.
met Jeremy.
That's insane.
I was like, you gotta listen to this.
Dude, he did. He made me fucking. I've still got his Megadeth because of this.
you
Because he
probably
knows I
thank
don't
him.
like Mustaine.
Yeah.
But he
You
knows I like the
probably thank
music.
him
Don't
for
get me started on
forcing you
Megadeth.
to listen to Mudvayne.
No, I'll listen to Megadeth all day because
I
of him.
love
That's the
Megadeth.
only reason why. I've still got his fucking rest in peace.
Nice.
So-
Yeah.
But yeah, so-
kit, go!
My first drum kit. All right.
Three-piece first act.
This is a
He was
story-
still in the
I'll
womb.
give you a good story.
Frying pans.
This is a great story of my first drum set. I first
Story
started
over.
out when I was. I started out when I was 10 years old. I started out playing trumpet. That was my first.
Oh, that's right.
instrument.
I remember you told me that.
I was a trumpet player. I couldn't stand it anymore. I just could not fucking stand playing trumpet.
Yeah.
But my mom. I lived with my mom. My parents were divorced, so I couldn't. My mom wouldn't let me get a drum set. She's like, "Hell no, you ain't fucking playing that." So I went with my dad one day. He lived way over in Missouri. So I went over there and I brought my trumpet along. I was like, "Hey, Dad, let's go hit up this music shop and see what they got." And
Yeah.
so I bring my trumpet along and I found this drum set. It was a TJ Percussion. Just this god awful piece of shit. But goddamn it was a fucking drum set. So I had this fucking trumpet.
TJ percussion.
Yeah, hey, fucking some Chinese shit.
It went boom, boom, boom.
So soon that trumpet got turned into a fucking drum set. What the fuck? Yeah, I fucking traded off that fucking trumpet.
hawked
quicker
that
than
shit.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah!
It's like this thing is gone. I got a fucking drum set now.
There you go.
I was probably about, I think I got that drum set and I was probably close to 11 years old when I got that. And then, I had that kit. I played that kit till I was probably 19, 20. And then I bought a set of Pearl Exports.
Nice.
Shitting in high cotton
Yeah.
then.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you should have seen this kit. I had these old
Eagle shit in the sparrow's
Most
nest.
drummers will know.
He went from a garden
the
hose to a
Peisty
bidet.
302
There you go.
The Peisty 302 cymbal. That's what I had. And they were like, the cheapest Peisties you could buy.
Yeah.
And I broke the shit out of them. And I was still fucking jamming on them, jamming with all my buddies. I got these busted cymbals, and I just had a crash and a set of hi hats and this junky ass drum set.
Yeah.
And I get that Pearl Export. Man, I was fucking king ding-a-ling then.
Look what I got, guys.
And then, over the years, I fucking just keep piecing shit
Steve's
together.
drumming,
and,
porium,
you know,
porium,
Yeah.
porium.
Now I've still got that old fucking cheap TJ percussion kit. I've still got my old exports.
Keepsake.
And then when I was gigging out a lot, I ended up buying this old set of Atomic Rock Stars from one of my buddies, and he ended up passing away. I was going to sell it back to him, but then, he passed away, so I just kept the kit. And I used one for practice, one for gigging. And then after that, I got that great Derek Anthus special.
Premier drum.
That was that little kick drum. And I remember I had this drum set that Tom Mills dug out of the trash. And he gave it to me. And I was like,
It was an Apollo kit.
an old Apollo kit. It needed a lot of work. But then it was like, I kind of fixed it up a little bit, got things working on it. Man, Derek just had to have it. I kept telling him, it's not a fair deal. It's like, I'm coming out on top. Man, he wanted that kit. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I traded him that for that bass drum, that little 18-inch bass drum. And then he had them DW toms.
DWs.
And then, I paid what I gave, like $200 in a cymbal stand.
Steve's a master wheeler dealer.
Yeah, I wheel and deal all kinds of shit. And
I think that kind of comes with it. Wouldn't you all agree? I mean,
Yeah, a little
when
bit.
it comes to gear.
A little bit, yeah.
When it
Some-
comes to
some
gear, I
more
think it's
so.
part of it. You got to kind of be a salesman.
dude,
Yeah.
I will sit there and like just browse for, like, if I'm looking for something, I will sit there and look at like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, frickin' Reverb, everything, till I see that, okay, I can't pass that price up.
Because
That's what I do.
most musicians that actually do it, you don't see them like just buy new shit all the time. They're like they're trying to get some deals and stuff. They're
Yeah.
trading. They're
Yeah.
because there's no point. There's no need to
Right.
buy brand new shit.
Then my old lady ended up getting me
You
the
waste so much
Ludwig
money.
kit for Christmas.
Oh, you ain't lying.
Yeah,
That's
that
You
was
crazy.
ain't
nice.
lying. Buying it brand new versus seasoned.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Like I
Buying
bought
a new car off the lot. It's like why?
Well, now when you're talking new car,
Well.
I have to disagree with
Most
my
of the
baby,
time, it's not worth it. If there's a really good
Right,
deal
right.
set up, okay.
Right.
But most of the time, it's like you're gonna lose.
Oh yeah.
6, 7, 8 grand as soon as you drive it off the lot. So what the?
I
Why?
drove that Camaro off the lot with 11 miles. I'm the only owner.
Yeah.
Okay. When I drove it off the lot, like it's paid off in 8 payments. I got 8 payments left on her. She's paid off. She's mine. The Ram is paid for, but
Nice.
the car is about to be paid off, and I don't have that fucking problem no more.
There you
But
go.
it's been 7 years of fucking nightmare, dude. It's been wrecked 4 times.
What?
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
The wife.
Oh.
I've been doing her. Why don't you learn how to drive? She's wrecked it 3. I've wrecked it 1. Well, the one that I've got,
Man.
well, there's 2 on me, 2 on her technically. One of them was just while I was at work. Somebody fucking clipped me and took the whole front fender off.
Ooh.
Yeah, driver side or passenger side, they took the whole
All right.
front end off of it. Right at Hardee's. I was
Yeah.
inside. I fucking come outside, it's all missing. But
The crappy Hardee's
But
east
when I
of
drove
town, or the good Hardee's?
Crappy Hardee's is by
the
my
interstate
house.
Hardee's, the interstate Hardee's, not the squirrel Hardee's.
Okay,
not the squirrel
yeah,
Hardee's.
'cause
You go to the
Jesus
squirrel
Christ.
Hardee's, and those people will not get your fucking order worth
That shit's awful.
at all. You'll order a Coke, and it'll come out water.
Guys back there, no gloves, just throwing crap together.
You'd be
I'm like,
lucky if
I don't
it's
know
not
what's
the same
happening, but
person
I'm
that
not
you were
eating
talking
that.
to.
It's garbage.
It's the same person you were talking to because they're all getting ready to change over to animated services. There's not going to be but one person in there 3 times a day.
Nobody goes there.
And they will close one of these bitches, I guarantee you. Hardee's is,
Guarantee it.
dude, the red burritos gone. They still got the signs, but not the food.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucked now.
That's funny.
Their grease traps are older than my ass. Like the old, the Interstate Hardee's was actually Burger Chef back in like the 50s. So it was like one of the first restaurants on the interstate.
The red burrito thing threw me off because I remember I
They were-
worked
they
I
were
worked at
pro.
Hardee's in Benton for a little bit, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
right after I quit working there, I went, basically got a job across the street and started making tacos instead. But
Could have stayed put.
right after I left, they brought in red burrito, and I was like, how are they going to fit all that shit
Oh,
in
they
with
didn't.
Hardee's?
They didn't. They jammed that shit in there and removed half the
I-
carts. It was a nightmare.
Wild.
And they put 6 people on the line.
Ooh,
Yeah, you're back there and it's like a room for
that's
3.
too much. That's too much.
Breakfast is fun. You got a
I
fry
bet.
grill and you got that damn hot grill
I
going.
bet,
It's like a
yep.
flat grill going. It sucked in
That's
there. I hated
wild.
it. I hated it. I worked both of them here.
Really?
At the one in Benton I stayed at.
At
and
the
then
same
one-
time.
The one in Nashville I worked at. Yeah, it
I
fucking
actually
sucked.
worked at the one in Nashville.
Oh, yeah?
I got fired from there pretty quick.
I've been fired from all of them. When I worked at one at the
These
interstate,
aren't drums, sir.
the one at the interstate here where I worked there, they had a bus stop next to it. They ended up taking that bus stop and putting it in McDonald's later out there on Potomac. But yeah, it used to be a bus stop there, so you'd get like fucking $7,000-$8,000 fucking weekends. It sucked. You're getting like 40 monster burgers in a row, and it's all old people that came and chew it. So it's entertaining. And then the drug deals were fun to watch. They come in there and use the ceilings and the toilet tanks to fucking exchange.
You come out the door, you're like, "Do you guys need food?
Yeah,
Can we sponsor your deal?
we don't have Happy Meals.
Yeah.
I cook half the time.
We have the
Nothing
toys
sounds
too.
good.
Do you want a toy?
Oh, I remember when
Nothing's good
Tony,
anymore.
my younger brother, worked McDonald's during the fucking Beanie Baby.
Oh God.
Oh, dude.
I never understood that.
Oh, we used to throw them in fryers. Fucking young people. Birdie. It falls off and shit.
Man.
Yeah,
Horrible.
there you go. Throw a fried, crusted over Beanie Baby into a kid's Happy Meal and see what happens.
Oh man.
Oh, we gave cops Felix the Cat from Wendy's. They had the Felix the Cats. They used to stick them in the pressure or the pressure cookers.
always used to
It would
get-
turn them fucking white and turn the chicken black.
What?
It was horrible.
Wow.
Remember when they used to do like
Wow.
toy stuff? You used to get shit like
Yeah, have you been to McDonald's?
when the Monsters Inc.
And bought a
came out.
Happy Meal?
They had the straws with the little monster
Like
eyeball
recently?
and shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Wendy's.
No, fucking McDonald's. You get a Happy Meal from there, dude. It's a cardboard toy that don't work.
It's crazy.
Or it's shit like you're supposed to pull it back
They
and let
had
it go,
that.
and it just sits there and spins. It's nothing like the shit we grew up with.
So I went to
Yeah, back in the 80s and things that gave you stitches.
I don't remember what the
Dude,
last
they
time
were
was.
metal. And they fucking remember the Transformer burgers
Oh, dude,
and
yeah.
all them?
Yeah, them were sweet.
It was fucking insane.
I still have the Batman glasses.
I have the plates.
Yeah.
I have the plates.
Some of that shit's collectible, man.
Yeah.
Collectible.
Like I've got over there in the case. I'll take a picture of it and put it in there. But I've got the Hamburglar in his car,
Oh,
and it's one of those wind back ones. I got him, and I've got Scats from fucking what you call it?
That's good.
Scats.
The fucking squirrel from. I can't think of the fucking name of the movie now. Ice Age.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Yes,
high.
yes, yes.
I am fucking stoned. Sorry, guys.
hey,
And there it goes.
all right, I'm just gonna go
All
out
right,
with this
folks.
one. You said you got the hamburger over there, and Steve came up with this one. You got remember that one Metal in the Mountains? And I'm not knocking anybody, but it was a joke, and I just did the funniest thing I heard.
What?
Steve, because Shipley was there, Mr. Shipley, shout out,
Right.
and
Oh,
his
yeah.
buddy
Shipley.
Carnival was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was a mountain
And
man.
no disrespect to Carnival, he did his thing,
Right.
but he had these. He looked like the fucking hamburger.
Oh Lord.
Steve was like, he's
know-
running
I
around
didn't
like
know-
the hamburger.
He's
I
got the
didn't know
purple
his-
gloves.
I didn't know
Was it the
who
purple
was.
gloves that he had or
I
some
didn't
shit?
know his name or who he was.
yeah.
I just that's the first thing that popped in my head was the Hamburglar.
I see that.
He's running around stage with these purple gloves. We're like, who's the hamburger?
That's like old school Undertaker with
Yeah.
the purple.
Oh, dude, yes.
Yeah.
Taker one.
Uh huh.
Old school Taker.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was so funny.
My favorite was Ministry Taker. Ministry Taker was scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Coming out with Edge and Test.
Yep.
The Ministry. That's
Was that the Brood era, where like
I think-
Gangrel and all that stuff was
yeah,
going on too?
I think
yeah.
so. That was during the beginning of the Attitude
Good,
Era where they got real
good
dark.
WWF, yes,
Yeah,
which was
coming out with
amazing.
blood coming out their fucking mouths.
Oh, so
real fucking fangs put in their teeth.
And then
fuck
Kane
up.
shows up, and you're like,
Right?
"Who is this demon?"
Back when you would put it on WCW until commercial and then
Yes!
flip to WWE.
Everybody fucking did that.
Yeah, everybody did that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I remember watching
Crow
this was
Sting.
it was the only pay-per-view that my parents bought us because me and my older brothers, we all chipped in, cutting grass, doing chores, and whatever.
Right.
And we bought The Rock versus Stone Cold.
Oh, God.
And you want to talk about
That's
three
always
kids
good.
just fucking going ape shit, and mom and dad,
Yeah.
they're like, you ain't watching that in the goddamn living room because you guys are gonna want to wrestle around. So
No shit.
they moved their dressers and everything, and we had the fucking
That's
the
awesome.
bed, and we were fucking.
Can we build bunk beds? That was a horrible.
No
You
power
never-
tools.
You never seen three happy kids in your entire life. That was
Oh, I
the greatest
bet.
fucking pay-per-view ever.
And they
Like
were
I
always a
remember,
good
I've still
matchup.
got Starcade '97 on cassette that I videotaped on a splitter when they gave you that little tube.
Starcade.
When they gave you that
Wow.
little tube that you
Halloween
plugged into
Havoc.
your cable line to get their fucking signal on channel 13 or channel 10.
Yeah.
It was channel 10 around here because if you couldn't get the pay-per-view, it'd sit there and go. But whenever you would get that fucking tube, you put a splitter on there and you can hook up any VCR you want to it and illegally tape it. We didn't know it was going to work or not. Fuck, I found that tape 6 years ago after we moved here. Didn't even know I still fucking had it, but it's the tape where Sting and Hogan go at it as Sting is the Crow Sting. He hasn't talked
Yeah.
for like a year and a half. Or
Oh,
whatever
that's
the
my
fuck it
favorite.
was.
That's my favorite.
But like that was the first time that I actually was like, holy shit! I actually enjoy watching wrestling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a good
Until
era.
Vince McMahon decided to shit on people, literally.
I read. Hey,
I can't watch now.
It's all
I
out.
won't.
Hey, it's
I
all
just-
out there. I read some of it.
Dude, he did some fucked up shit. Some fucked up shit Vince McMahon did.
It's crazy what
Shit
fame
on
and
the
money
chick
can
and
do
said-
to your psyche.
Clean yourself up. The guy was still banging her while he was
Yes,
doing his
yes,
thing on
it's
doo-dooing on her head. Who gets in? Y'all have too much time and too much
Wow.
money. What's wrong with y'all
Too much
people?
fucking money and think they're God.
That's what happened with P Diddy.
The
Too
normal,
much
that's
time,
what
too much
happens.
money.
The normal doesn't do it when you got all that money. The
Right.
normal, going home, making love, to
Well,
your
I mean,
wife,
yeah.
having a couple drinks with the fellas.
You
this
need
shit right
additional dopamine and additional.
Yeah, that's
How
what
much
it is.
dopamine
It is
do
a
you need?
dopamine addiction.
That's crazy.
here.
to
Shitting
put
on
you-
people's heads.
To get off in your head, yeah.
Hold on a minute. You're gonna have to give me 5 or 10.
Bullock just actually shit. If you're just tuning in, there's actual duty on his chair.
Well, I mean, what's the name of this show?
Cleveland Steamer.
What's the name of this show? I mean,
Boston Top Hat.
Squirrel's over here.
Sorry,
giving us-
guys.
Squirrel's giving us a nice little segue for the next episode for the next people.
A Boston Top Hat.
It's gonna be real fun trying to get people booked now.
They're gonna be like, why is this old decrepit turd still in this? Why is it? Who pooped in this chair?
Does everybody have to come on
Welcome
this
to the
podcast?
world's worst
Let's get
podcast.
ready to say it with me, kids. It's the world's worst podcast.
Welcome. It's the world's worst podcast.
So,
Welcoming.
now we're going to talk about the EP.
Let's go.
All right. It only took us 2.5 hours to get to it.
That's okay.
We're 2.5 hours in.
You've been here 2.5 hours. Well, it is 4 o'clock, so yeah,
Yeah.
3 hours.
Sweet.
We're good.
All right.
That's a bare minimum. Shit.
So what do you want to know about the? What do you want?
How was the recording? How long did it take?
Longer.
Yeah.
We did do an extra song, but
As opposed to previous
took long.
EPs.
Well, I mean,
Copy.
obviously, like for
Okay.
Caleb and I, it's it's Villain and Hero. Those are the two we've
Yes.
been a part of.
Yes.
Villain, I feel like was a little quicker to record. We did a little more. There was a little more experimentation in the studio with Hero, especially like vocal layering stuff. Because we always pre-pro everything. So Caleb and I will record and we'll work on stuff and send files back and forth. And so by
Something
the
I
time
wish
we
existed 10 years ago.
yes,
Yeah.
oh man,
Oh,
it's
man.
made a world of
Dropbox
difference.
is a beautiful fucking idea.
Yeah, it
Whoever
is.
made that, I'll kiss
Yeah.
their feet.
The way I approach writing has changed completely since we've been able to make some decent demos in pre-pro. So we always do that, but this one I feel like we had 90% of everything done, and then once we got in there was a little bit of some adjustments and stuff, and then just make sure everything sounded right. And we did 5 songs instead of 4, so that added some time. But
Yeah, I'd say Hero took me the longest, I think, to
Yeah.
record out of every one of them. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of went into the studio though, like I had a set of everything I was gonna do, but it was more like, God damn it, Jeremy. But
Bobby.
and it took some mapping. Like we
Yeah.
had to actually
Yeah.
map some of the
yeah,
measures out.
I kind of went in there and I was more or less like, I wanted to be a little more free flowing with that one, to where it's kind of like I didn't want everything just set in stone what I was already doing. It's like,
Yeah.
man, I wanted people to be like, hey, no, do it this way, do this way, do this way. Just get some feedback through everybody. That's what took me a lot of time in there. Is it's like, hey, try this out this way. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, now I got to learn this. Hey, give me about 10 minutes, guys, so I can learn how to do this fill real quick.
Yeah, and he sets the pace. So Steve always is up first, and he is a magician. He's very precise. So by the time he's done, then we're like, all right, now we gotta try to rise to that. So it's but yeah, it took a little bit more time, which is funny because Villain has heavier stuff on it. Hero's a bit more. I would say a bit more laid back. It's more hard rock
More
than it is
musical.
metal. But it just I don't know. There was just it was a slightly different approach than what we did for Villain, and it just naturally kind of happened that way.
Villain, it was
So-
like I had everything already set, what I was going to do and everything
Yeah.
like that. And then I had
Once you
COVID
did Kong, it
during
was like,
the recording.
Right.
I think
Everything
I had
fell
COVID.
down after that.
Well, it's like my favorite track out of everything you guys have done is I'd have to say Hate Machine.
That's my favorite to play live.
Yeah, I like Hate Machine a lot. Like every time I go to turn you guys on, that's the first thing that usually gets played, and that's after that it's whatever Spotify wants to do for the evening.
Hate's that
Hate
machine is
But-
the immediate fist right in your face.
Yeah.
Like just
Power right in the kisser.
yep.
Yeah,
Every
I like
time
the
we start
short.
that riff, I mean, every time we play that song, I'm like, this is always the most fun song to
It's
play.
just a bouncy.
Well, it's like that song. I like High Horse.
Yep.
I like, and then there's stuff that I wish would come to light, but that's the different story. But it just, I've drove him nuts about one song for 25 fucking
What
years.
song?
Probably feels like.
It's old.
I wouldn't even care if the name got changed on that one. It's a very
It's an
heavy riff.
old. If
Yeah.
the timing, it's one of those things like. So some of the new stuff was just riffs that he wrote fucking way back in the day.
Gotcha.
Rest is an 8-year-old song that never came around, and
Yep.
it's one of those things. If
Right.
the timing,
Right.
the placement,
Yep.
the mood, everything has to fit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not selling shit.
Stuff
Reaper-
like that.
I'm not trying to be the I'm not trying to sell shit to a toilet salesman. It's not what I'm doing here.
I sell toilets.
Not at all. But it's a song called Duplicity we did very long time ago, and it's always stuck
Yeah.
in my head.
It's very
Constantly.
Slipknot, Devil Driver.
It's a heavy riff.
Black Label riff.
There's some of those songs that you just like can't let go. You just
Yeah.
Right.
And it's
right.
on that original one. We had it we got it recorded. I think Zach has the original recording.
Well, and I'll say this: the next EP will be heavier again because the stuff that we've had in the tuck
Gotcha.
for the next round
Yeah.
it's got a little bit. It's kind of
Yeah,
creeping
you always
back,
hold on to a few.
creeping
and
back
let a
into
few go.
heavier into
That's
villain
the thing.
territory. You know.
Yeah.
We've got the song. We've got another thread with stuff on it, and then these guys got programs putting riffs on, and we're always me and Steve are always jamming and bouncing. There's just piles of shit.
Oh, yeah, I
just
imagine.
laying. We got another EP, not written, but there's ideas for it.
Oh yeah.
And it's
I would hope.
already
Shit.
Yeah.
here.
The
It
good
wouldn't
thing
be-
is
it
there's
wouldn't
no.
be fun if not, because then it's
Yeah.
too stressful trying to.
And if it's heavy,
Let's do it now.
Yeah.
Instead of having shit in the back
if it's
door.
a heavy one, who knows?
There's no shortage of ideas. There's no shortage of ideas. It's time.
True.
It's time to be able to sit and build. You know what I
Right.
mean?
So what do you
It's all
guys
the
think?
parts,
What
it's
do you
just
guys
putting
think you
them
built?
together.
Sorry.
It's like we got all the parts. We're just putting them all together. You know?
Right. Yeah.
It's what
What do you think you guys built out of this one?
Do what?
The new EP. What do you guys think you got going with this one?
I don't know. What are you talking about, Cletus?
What do you think you put out?
I think
With this
the
one.
average
It seems
individual
like-
is gonna. I think it's gonna appeal to a wider audience to some degree
Right.
because it's a little more straight down the pipe.
Dredge
chilled-
is
a little more
probably
chilled out.
Yeah, Dredge is probably the more darker song on it. 'Cause you
Seems
got
a lot more melodic
a
from what
little
I've heard
bit more,
already.
Yeah.
It's more doomy.
Yeah.
And Rest is just an 8-year-old song that Caleb really wanted to do because he likes doing his thing on it, his bass
No,
line.
it was a great song. It was like, dude, don't let that go.
Right.
Like Rest
Oh,
is an
yeah.
amazing song. You know, we'll refreshen it up a little bit.
Right.
And then the riff is super hooky and it's got that spacey element to it. It's like this is a great song. Like don't
Other
throw
than-
that
yeah.
away.
Moto Truckin' and Reaper were a couple of his ideas, the initial riffs.
Gotcha.
And we added our stuff. We all come in and add our own. It doesn't matter whose idea it is. We all come in and add to it. It's like,
Right.
you're painting a picture. We're painting a face.
Right.
You just start adding it. You paint. It's painting a picture.
I like the
That's it.
crock pot analogy.
It's the crock pot analogy,
we're
man.
a slow burn. You just put all these ingredients in a crock pot and you just slow burn it.
And
And figuring out what version of it works best for all of us. You know.
Well, I'd seen a post a while back that said that something along the lines that you guys like to be able to take your time. I don't know if it was a post or something that I think it was something you had said on the podcast with Into the Chasm.
Oh
Where
yeah.
you had gotten
Yeah.
used. Now you've come into that. We used to just didn't care if it was right. It was done.
Yeah,
we
don't
did that
do
a lot.
A lot.
We don't do
and
that.
to sit back and build something.
Yeah.
Before we
it's
even
different.
before
It's
we
different.
even get to the studio, there are hours and hours and hours and
yeah.
hours on every track.
I would hope.
that
Because
first recording we
we're
did
constantly revamping things to see what works right.
And you're cutting songs that may not fit the format of what you want out of that EP. You're bringing in songs,
Possibly.
different ideas. Like
Yeah.
we wrote a song that was right off the cuff. Like I think Chop showed up and was like, "Oh fuck, I've got to sing to this now," because we wrote it literally sitting in the studio. So shit like
Yeah.
that does happen. So I don't know if that happened with y'all, but
No, ours
It's
is
not
very
you guys have been-
pre-planned.
it's much more meticulous.
was this material that you had already played out? that you were, or
Yes.
is this stuff that we're all going to hear that's brand new?
No, it's everything we've played out before.
You've played it out before.
We've played
just
every-
finally got to put it on.
We
tape.
never played
Yeah.
Dredge out.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever played Dredge out.
I think we have.
Yeah,
Have we?
played Dredge.
We haven't played since November.
Granada. We
Not
played
as
that-
much.
We
It's
played
the
Dredge.
it's the newest,
Yeah.
but
We played that for sure.
we
though, at
definitely
the
played
Black
Moto.
Wednesday.
We definitely played
Yeah, I know
Reaper.
yeah.
Reaper's full circle for me because
That's the first time I've heard Reapers when you guys released it.
when I first came in the band, it was the first like idea that we started working on.
Right.
And then we kind of shelved it for a bit. We did the villain stuff, and then we came back to it. And right off the bat, I had that.
Moto too.
My kind of initial lead part in the beginning, I already had some of that, and I just remembered it. And then when we came back to it, I was like, cool, I get to flesh this out now.
Right.
But it was cool to come back to that because it was one of the first original ideas that we had worked on whenever it was that same span of time whenever I came and played guitar at that last Metal on the Mountain Mayhem or whatever with Cause. The mountain metal stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, it was fun to go back to that and like flesh it out after being in the band a little bit longer, after having built our kind of system for doing things. So it was it was fun
This is
for
the
me.
first time we did a music video too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Shout out to Terry Williams.
And almost
I was
burnt,
gonna say,
Money.
almost burnt down your house in the process.
The flamethrower was Zach's idea. He's like,
Dude.
I got a flamethrower. Terry goes, go get it.
Should I go home and get my flamethrower?
was
And I'm
gonna
like, why are
fuck
you
with you
even
guys.
asking the question?
I was gonna fuck with you guys because you seen the little statue up front, and I sent it to Zach on Facebook, and he was like, "Fuck off" to me. But I was gonna put a little bubble leaf blower next to it. Mini Zach is here for you when you guys pulled up, but I never got to it. We ended up smoking a fucking doobie on the front porch and forgot.
That was fun shooting that video too.
It looked like it was. There was a lot of people that you and I know, or you guys now know, but there was a lot of old. I see Ryan in there. I see Sheena in there. Zach's in there. Fucking
super cool.
Yeah, it was nice to see a lot of old faces. But the funny part was when I did the review and it released that morning, I was outside and couldn't see a fucking thing on that damn laptop.
Oh shit! All right.
So I'm just like looking at the camera going, ha ha the whole fucking time trying to make it work. And then I get inside and afterwards I see Into the Chasms
Oh yeah, yeah.
when he did his version of it, and I was like, motherfucker, all these people are here. I didn't know that like Sheena was there, Zach was there, Ryan was there, all these other people were there. I couldn't see shit when I tried to do my version of it. So you live and learn when you're trying to do this shit for the first
Yeah.
time. So
Roll
Do
with
it
it.
again, man.
this is
do
the
a
first
version
time.
2.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And today you can clone videos all fucking day. Nobody even cares.
Yeah.
It's crazy the amount of shit you can put out there. I've got 5 different channels, like 9 different emails.
Jesus.
Yeah, 2 different newsletters that I write for, and then my own. So,
Yeah.
and it's a full time thing, and
Yep.
you forget to do shit if you don't. Like that was telling me to go cook fucking dinner.
Yeah.
My plate
Yeah.
is
Yeah, I follow you guys quite a bit. You guys are all pretty busy,
we're busy behind the
Yeah.
scenes, and we talked about this.
like 9 to
we
5
don't
busy.
we don't play out as much as a lot of some local bands that like cover bands and stuff. And hats off to anybody who can do that a lot. We do stuff behind the scenes. We're writing, we're recording, we're coming up with stuff. I mean, we're posting stuff,
Planning the next thing.
planning the next thing. It's the crock pot.
Yeah.
We're the
Yeah.
crock pot band now, and it's taken 8 years to get here, but it makes perfect sense, and it is a live and learn thing. Like said, like back in the day, we were like, it's done. We were like,
Fuck,
if it's
dude.
done, it's done. We didn't give a
We were,
fuck.
we were taking tiny microphones and putting them in front of fucking guitar amps and hot wiring it
yeah,
to the back
shit,
mic
we all
port
were,
of a
yeah.
fucking
Done is done,
stereo.
but
Yeah.
you live and learn. And
Hanging
starts.
Xbox
You know.
microphones and fucking God knows what else.
I've done demos with just a hanging dynamic mic from the center of the room.
But you
just
know
hang it
what?
from the ceiling and you record it.
But you know what, though?
That's your
During
demo.
COVID, I don't mean to interrupt, but during COVID, Tom Morello fucking shot his entire fucking album
Yeah,
on an iPhone.
on GarageBand.
Oh, that's
on
awesome.
GarageBand.
Wow.
And mixed every bit of it together, drums, guitar, bass, his vocals, everything done on that. Like half of his vocals are overdubbed coming through a phone talking on it. Screaming into
awesome.
it. Like it's fucking insanity the shit you can do now.
Yeah.
Compared to
Technology, man.
20 years ago when all
Yeah.
of us were trying for our first times.
The,
'cause,
the quality of the cheapest stuff is
Right.
is leaps and bounds
Like he was
above
talking
what you
about-
would have spent shit tons of money on back.
So
You know.
like when I started, I bought a Rumble 100 and a PV4 string active.
Yeah.
It had like a red textured carpet kind of look, glossy on it.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ, I don't know how many times I bought it and then pawned it, bought it, then pawned it, bought it, then pawned it because I needed money after I'd fucking gone and done this or gone and done that and tried to fucking make it. Just, yeah, and that was before I met you, and then when I met him, I was playing, I didn't even have an amp.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
No, I got that later.
And then
That was-
MPEG and Yamaha.
Yeah, the Ampeg came a little bit later, but like when you guys bought me, when I got divorced, and you guys got me the birthday gift, and
Yeah.
they bought me a custom, I think it was a custom 100.
Yeah.
So it was the one that had the leather,
Oh,
it goes
sweet.
all the way around the fucking
Yeah.
amp head.
Yeah, them things are cool.
Oh my god, dude! I couldn't figure the fucking thing out for shit. I tried to hook a different thing to it and blew the fucking thing up.
Oof.
Oh, I was so fucking pissed. I ended up selling it, and then I bought Jason Robinson's rig. That's probably my favorite rig, and it's a 5-string Schecter Diamond with a Ampeg double, the 2x10 sitting down there. Now I like the 15s. I don't like the 2x10s, but it works good for this type of setting. But if you're playing out, man, you're be running so fucking hot on that thing. Like,
Yeah, the 15 forever, and we played a boat.
oh, I
of
love
fucking
that
gigs.
15. And I can't find a combo 15, the Ampeg BA115. I cannot find that fucker with the tuner on it. It's that specific model that has its own monogram or whatever, it's fucking chronogram fucking tuner on the side.
yeah.
But I have
I used
looked
to
for
have
that album.
Yeah, I had
have
that
looked for
one that had
everywhere.
like the 5-channel, had a little selector thing on there. There's like 5 dudes. I had that version. That was a pretty cool little amp.
Yeah, I like that fucking amp. I love that amp, dude. We played the shit out of that damn thing. And I sold it when I got divorced.
I sang out of a bass amp for a long time.
Oh,
Buddy had a cheap crate bass amp, and that was the PA. It was you just crank the treble and try to tweak it as best you could, and that was it.
shit. We had like a little Behringer with 2 fucking 15-inch or 12-inch speakers that were powered.
Yeah.
That
I
was
still
our-
have the
Yeah.
old SOC PA speakers in
I
my
just found the pickle mic.
the pickle mic. Yeah, I've got
I-
the speakers
yeah.
there, and we use those.
Chop's been
we
looking for
dragged them. People are like, "You got monitors?" Yeah, they were fucking garbage.
Dude, we burned those. I think we
Daisy
blown the
chained 'em
speakers
to
out of both of them
whatever.
at one point.
Yeah.
Which you appreciate when you work and you have nice stuff and good PA
Yes.
and good gear, and
Dude, I'd been playing 20 years before
really
I bought a
appreciate
wireless.
you really appreciate things now from where you were when you're younger. You don't think about those things, but there's a picture, and it's me when I'm 16 in my fucking bedroom sitting there trying to look cool, and it's like, man, if you were to tell that fucking kid now, he'd be like, "You're right, fucking get out of here. Ain't no goddamn way." You know what I mean? You're gonna have nice gear. You're gonna do this. You're gonna play this shit. You're gonna play Moonstock. You're gonna meet these guys, write these musics.
Yeah.
It's good not to know the future.
Yeah. That was a fun
Aussie
weekend.
wine.
Such a fun
That
weekend.
is the official Aussie Woodstock or
Yep.
Moonstock.
I still
wine.
have mine too.
Yeah.
It's in my whiskey cabinet.
Yep.
I probably won't ever open it. I think I think we tried it.
I
Somebody.
probably will if Ozzy died. If Ozzy passed away, I'll
Yeah.
probably chill it.
Yeah,
see
probably-
that. That'd be
I can
good.
see
That would be the time
Yeah.
to crack it open.
That'd be a good
And
reason.
I can't drink, and that's what I'm saying. Like I could have like a shot glass of it, and then the wife could polish it off if she likes.
There you go.
Yeah, that was bought when you guys booked that.
It was
And-
fun.
Yeah,
Fun-
that was a Sky Dweller and Cause of Ruin
Yep.
kind of a deal.
Cause Dweller,
Cause
Dweller.
Dweller,
Cause
Sky,
Dweller.
Sky of Ruin.
Yeah.
Sky of Ruin. It's a medley now.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it is a medley. It's half a Sky Dweller and half a
Yep.
Cause of Ruin.
Which
You ain't shitting there.
things have worked out in a way that now it's not just my who's your band. It's not just my band. It's
Right.
all these. It's all of our everybody. We're all collective effort. It's all
It's like
of
Foo
our,
Fighters. There's a shit ton of you.
Not as many people as Foo Fighters. Like, they got like 20 people in that.
No, I mean,
fucking
yeah,
band.
you ain't shitting there. Like half of Nirvana's
But
in that fucker.
I feel like it makes good stuff, and some bands function to where there's 2 writers or there's one guy that's at the helm, and more power to you, however you got to work. But
Right.
this is just a very organic flow,
Right.
just the way things the way we write, the way we, hey, this makes sense. Let's do this. This makes, hey, let's go with this. And, there's headbutting, there's idea discrepancies. You got to fucking have that. But at the end of the day, there's usually something gets hashed out one way or another. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we find the path, but you have to sift it.
Right.
Whatever's
So
the
you have to
best
go through.
outcome is probably.
Yeah.
It's not. I want this or this person wants this. It's whatever.
Right.
Whatever the
Let's
outcome.
make it work.
Let's make it work.
How many songs are on this one?
5.
You got 5 on this one?
We did the cover.
4 and a cover.
4 and
Four and a cover, okay.
Yeah, 4 and a cover.
How'd that work for the cover?
That we pre-pro'd it and then I think
That's probably
we
one of
did
the
a
easiest
last
to
minute
record.
change with the stop,
Yeah.
and then we're like, oh, that's cool. There's
Yeah.
a hook. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
because the version that you guys play, we're talking about the same song here, right? That
Sledge.
version, okay. That version seems a lot heavier than the last couple times because I've seen you do it at Granada. I've seen you guys. I've
Yeah.
seen it at the Granada the first time.
Test driving.
Yeah,
You know
okay.
how
Yeah.
when you write a new song, every
Yeah.
band does
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You test drive that
Yes.
song. You don't just.
We've got songs we're still testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You test drive these songs out, and then something might pop up to where you work it out. You know, practice or a show, and then it's like, hey, let's do.
Because I was
this
generally
way.
shocked. I was sitting right in front of you.
Yeah.
Fucking. Then all of a sudden I heard that. I was like, that would be fun. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm bombed. I'm like.
Yeah.
That was the night that I think. Didn't you guys do that for the Psycho Stick show, or was that the
I think so.
Thanksgiving show?
Yeah,
I think
it was
so.
Psycho
Yeah.
Stick.
We did.
Was it the Psycho Stick show? You guys
Yeah.
let that one run?
Yeah, Black
Okay,
Wednesday.
so I got alcohol poisoning that night.
Oh, Jesus.
As soon as Psycho Stick was getting going, I was
Uh,
like throwing up.
Into the Chasm was the guy. He puked on the stairway.
He did.
He did. I didn't know that. He goes, yeah, that was me.
Oh, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I commented on his fucking post when he was talking about that in his
Yeah.
fucking
Threw
episode.
up all.
He threw
over
up
that.
everywhere.
Yeah, I went. You know where as soon as you come out of the Granada, you go left and you make that first little left there. There's a couple of parking spaces that go down Main or Broadway, whatever that is there. And Paula comes out and I'm sitting on the edge of the car, the Camaro with the door open, just everything for that day came up.
man.
It was horrible. I drank like 4 vodkas. Didn't know they were pouring me doubles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like drinking vodka and orange juices, and I look up on about the third one, and I'm watching them pour my fourth, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
wait.
fuck.
This is
It's
what
been
I'm
the
doing.
same broad pouring
Yeah.
my drinks. I'm getting fucked up. But yeah, I remember looking up and I heard that song come out. And I was like, no fucking way you two are gonna do. You guys are gonna fucking do this.
Yep.
Shit. And then when it got about halfway through the song, I was like, holy fucking shit! Everybody's moving.
What really sold it?
Everybody's moving during that song. The first time I ever seen you guys play it.
What
And then-
really sold it was these two guys, because the drum beat and the bass line. I'm like,
Yeah.
Caleb was like, oh, that
Yeah, you
bass
can't
line's
fuck
so
it. You
fu-
can't
It's
fuck
a fun bass
It's
line.
fun, but you can't fuck it up either because you
Yeah.
catch hell for it.
Well, when we were recording it, I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, and I'm using a fretless, so it's like,
Oh shit!
this is
Do
we're
it.
gonna
Is
do
that
it.
one? Is the one we brought fretless or okay?
Yeah, I switched to fretless. Actually,
I can't do fretless.
Switched to
Jesus.
fretless
Couple
as a,
years ago.
as a like a
Does it
joke.
mess with you?
No,
The
at
transition.
first it was weird.
The transition was
Well,
weird.
Villain was on the Glary, right? So you were
Yeah,
fretless.
I played $100 bass on the Villain EP.
Yeah. And it sounds phenomenal.
No, oh, dude,
It sounds so good.
Yeah, it's just a P bass.
He
like
taught
a-
me that little trick. It ain't about the guitar; it's about the gear that goes in the motherfucker.
Oh, absolutely.
All day.
He had the right combination of
'Cause
stuff. And
I
it just,
am a
it sounded,
humbucker.
sounded
I
great.
love.
Yeah.
I love
Dark
humbucker
Glass went a long
pickups.
way to
It's
help
my favorite.
that tone. But yeah, I just picked up a fretless during a period of time where I was like, you know what? I'll just get a cheap fretless and fart around with some Primus stuff because it's just fun.
Right.
And then I started bringing it to practice, and we were kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. It sounds
dirty.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, what do we call that? Stank bass.
Stank bass. Yeah, we called it the
Got a lot
stank
of growl
bass.
in her.
Yeah, and for a P bass, it was doing the trick, and I had a dark glass pedal,
Oh,
so
yeah,
it was
the
like
glass
really,
bass.
really helping it. And then I got a kind of like a.
What gauge were
Midline.
you running?
They were heavy gauge. I think it was a 4
Do you have
string.
a piano string on there?
No, it wasn't a piano string. I had a 4 string, and I think I was doing 115 on top,
Nice.
and then just down from there. And I got those from Stringjoy, but then I got a little bit of a more midline, like Warwick Corvette. It was like one of their rock bass versions. I played that for a little while, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do the thumb. We're gonna go all the way to the thumb,
Nice.
and
We're going all in.
yeah, this is gonna be my last bass for the next 30 years.
I like my Diamond. I like my Dragonfly 5. I got an acoustic Dragonfly 5 by
Yeah.
Michael Kelly. And then I've got the Yammer Hammer. And the Yammer Hammer that's the bass if I want to bleed, we're going to play.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of, I'm not playing, dude. That motherfucker will slice
Well, I
you.
tell you what, if I played a fretted bass, I'd probably bleed out of my fingers right now because I've been playing fretless
Oh,
now for
shit.
so
Yeah,
long.
you wouldn't have any.
He's been fucking without a condom.
That's exactly right.
Dude, you're going
That's
to,
what I
yeah, you
said.
pick up a bass with the fucking, you're going to twang.
Yeah, it's gonna
Your
be like,
hands are going to fuck with you.
Yikes! So yeah.
Is it weird to get your placement? Like, because it's mental.
No.
It is memory, muscle memory. But
Every once in a while you do want to kind of like slide up to the note, but if you're playing a fretless and you want it to sound like a fretless, then yeah, you got to kind of slide up to
Yeah.
the note just a little bit, but then you got to have a really good ear to hear the note and make sure that you're not.
so for you, it
flat
makes
sharp.
it easy to groove with.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. One and
It probably
just
fucked me up. I don't know.
flowing all over the place. And,
Because I always wanted to stand up. I wanted a stand-up bass badly, like for a while, like a rockabilly
Yeah.
bass. I always wanted to get one of those and then use my effects pedals on it just to see what I could make sounds out of it,
Yeah.
because I can't hardly shoulder a bass anymore. I damn near broke my neck in a car accident when I was 17, and now I have psoriatic arthritis. So I'll get psoriasis flare-ups, and then my hands feel like somebody smashed them with hammers for like days. Sometimes it's not bad, but recently I've been using this balm that gets it to fucking leave me alone.
Yeah. Well, the fretless thing came around. You know, there was basically it was Intronaut. There's this band called Intronaut that I just absolutely love. Intronaut. Shout out to Joe Lester. He plays a fretless bass in a progressive heavy band, and it just, I mean, man, it just matches up perfectly. And he was an upright. I think he studied jazz bass.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so that fit. It happened, and now here we are.
So, see, you guys also got the show going on out at Harley Davidson.
Oh, you got cue cards
Yes,
there.
I do. But
Well, let's
I
get to
do.
the cue cards.
we've been on the cue cards.
I appreciate that.
We've been on the
I
cue cards
respect
for
that.
Now,
most of
Tom,
the day.
midget in a bikini.
You sit back like
I would do the same thing.
You know.
Really big shoe.
But yeah, the show at Harley Davidson, how that ended up, because you guys originally weren't on it. I thought you guys originally weren't on it, and I thought you were
Right.
on it, and I
Yeah, we
posted
missed
that
it.
you were on it, and then
I'll let Caleb
I
take
find out
this
that you're
one.
not on it. Then I delete the post, and you're on it.
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's hilarious because we missed it, right?
Oh, really?
We missed the whatever. And we were like, well, okay.
Yeah.
And but then I think Jeremy got a text from the promoter gal, and she was like, hey, something came up on this date. Can you guys play it? And we were like,
Sure.
sure.
We were.
So it was an accidental. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And we weren't sure about it at first, just because
Doing it or getting
our
it?
schedules, just doing it, because our schedules are crazy.
We got a lot of shows coming.
And it's
up.
you play an hour, but you bring all your own equipment and PA and all that, and it's just a lot. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
a lot to do. I've got 2 kids. Caleb's got a new baby. Like we're just we're busy. So we were like,
Congrats.
that sounds cool to do, but we just didn't know if it'd be feasible. We went ahead and Bullock went ahead and did the application for it, and we were like, we'll see.
Right.
And then we
Is this
didn't
before or after
we
my
didn't get
post?
it.
Or did you even
I
see
never
my
saw your
Okay.
post.
I had seen that they were going to do it because we listen to WDML every Sunday for the Pink Floyd Floaty and Slip show. Shout out to that because that's an amazing fucking show by itself. But I heard the commercial for the whole thing on there, and I was like, okay. And then like 12 hours
People
later,
kept asking us.
Yeah, 12 hours later, I see a post from you guys on your page.
People kept asking us if we were doing it, and we're like, no, we
I took the post.
we didn't
as
get
in.
in, so it's all good. And then they reached out and they said, hey, we had a band drop. Do you guys want to hop in?
That's what I
and
figured.
and at that point, all of us had so many people asking us if we were doing it.
Oh man,
It was a weird thing, so we were like, we need to do this. There's some
I imagine.
the universe is like you need to do it. So whether we get it or not, but we were like, yeah, we need to pull the trigger on it. So we're gonna.
I'm glad you guys did though, because it's going to be a fun show.
It's gonna be a good time.
And
It's a
right
weird
after-
timing.
It's right after
Yeah.
the EP release.
12-1.
That's true. I
Yeah.
mean, you'll get to
Next
plug in a few
weekend.
places, at least between this and because you guys got the July 5th show at the Granada.
Yep.
And then you got the July 13th. I thought it was 15th for like a fucking month.
Which
for
is
some
good
reason.
because then the EP will be out, so we'll
Yeah.
be able to push the EP a lot
Yes.
and further promote the Black
Plus
Diamond
sales
show.
at both
So,
nights.
Yeah.
So you'll get sales at both nights, so you'll be able to get
We
a
just
good
wanna,
steady hand on that.
We want to make sure that we spread the word, though, that like for this July 13th for the Black Diamond thing, this is on asphalt parking lot.
Yeah,
It's
and
middle
it's
of the
fucking
day
July.
in
Yeah.
July.
Bring umbrella.
Bring umbrella. Bring a
And
tent,
bottles
bring
of
an
water.
umbrella. Yeah.
It is. Is it outside?
Yeah.
I thought they were
it's
doing
on
it
their outdoor
outside.
stage,
Yeah.
yeah.
You see the voting structure?
It's
You're
like
you're
a
allowed
barcode.
to take a picture of the QR
Yeah.
and share it throughout, I guess. That is the strangest voting process I've ever seen because, well, I mean, it could work for some, it could fail for some because now you're going to be able to just, I didn't go to the show and get a vote for anybody.
Well, they have
for
many,
anybody.
they have
just
many
whoever.
categories. It was like they've
I
got
figured it would like
judges.
start and
They're gonna-
stop during the day or something, but it's live constant. You can still vote today for like a band like Everfelt that's on the same
Yeah.
card as y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and so,
found that was very strange. I've never seen anybody pull that.
I think it's just their way of like, instead of doing something like ticket sales, it's like who's willing to do this for them.
right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
then-
it's like, yeah, I get it, and there's been a bunch of good bands on the bill, so it's one of those things where it's like if we don't get it, whatever, it'll still be a cool thing to do.
Right. I would fucking
It'd be a fun hangout.
It's
but
nice to add to the fucking another notch on the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
if
mean,
we
we're
do
just-
get
we're just
it-
happy to play, really.
Dude, I hope you get it because the new singer from
It's
STP
game
is fucking
on.
stupid. Have you heard the new singer?
Not
STP?
much. Not much.
Dude, he's not bad. And they went back through their
Gut?
old circuit.
Something Gut. His last name's Gut.
Something like that.
Yeah. He was like an American Idol finisher or something, right?
I
If I
think
remember
so. I think I heard
Well,
that.
look, I'm a pretty big STP fan. Like the DeLeo
Same
brothers
here.
are just,
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
phenomenal. And honestly, going back into some of the stuff after getting on this, realizing like they've influenced me more than I realized. Just re-listening to some of those riffs and some of those the progressions and the transitions and some of the weird chords and stuff. I'm like, holy!
Yeah, because they.
I'm hearing
and I
more
mean,
of that in what I do. You know, it's been fun. It's been
Yeah.
cool to go back into it.
I fell in love with them when they came out. I remember the hate they took from everybody thought they stole from Pearl Jam and all that dumb shit. But
And then they're
But it
just like
was-
they absolutely paved their own path. Would you
This
shut
is what
the
happens when ADHD fires.
Well, there's fucking 5 of us. What other shows do we got?
We got one.
The Granada one's strange because it's got that fucking pay what you want until the day of the show.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. It's probably something Kyle. That's probably in the brain of Kyle because he set that all up.
Gotcha.
So I bet it's
It's like, you know, if you
it's just a different.
if you're planning on
Right.
coming
Marketing
to the show,
angle,
name your
you know.
price.
I figure him and Dalton had some kind of idea trying something new.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know exactly.
Because
but,
it wasn't even when it was booked. It wasn't the EP release show. We ended up kind of co-opting it a little bit, and we
Right.
were like, "Would you guys
adopted
be
it.
Would you guys be okay if we did this? Just because it's around the time we would need to do it. We're already on it. Do you care?" And like we talked to Kyle, and he was like, "No, that's great." We're like, "Okay," because we don't want to be like
Right.
we don't want to take over something.
Right. You don't feel like you're
We're not.
piggybacking it just
Yeah,
for use.
we're not those types of people. But
I
they
don't
were
blame
cool
you.
with it, so we're like, "Awesome, thank you."
Right.
We'll do the EP release then. So that's
And then the
That's the plan.
weekend after is the Black Diamond.
Yeah.
We've got a show in Marion in August. We've got, hopefully, potentially the STP show in September.
Evansville, October
Evansville, October
with
5th.
Impera.
Yeah, and then
Who?
we've
The
got
the boys, Impera.
Hopefully, the Granada will do another Black Wednesday or Black Friday. In
Yeah, I
November.
was gonna ask if you guys had
Yep.
plans for
Yeah,
that.
and then we will take a break. We usually chill out in December and
Yeah.
January and February. Those are kind of like our writing months.
Yes.
Like we'll get
Yeah.
together at Jeremy's.
I've told
he'll
so
make
many
a big
bands around
bonfire.
here.
He'll make some good food, and we'll just like sit and jam
Yes.
and chill and like flesh out ideas.
It's the best time to do that because you can take time for the winter shows to network
Yeah.
and not so much playing them. Because we used to just anything and everything. anything
God.
and fucking everything we
Didn't
played.
matter.
And
Hole
we
in the
didn't
wall,
take
no
time to
problem.
write.
Yeah.
So it never gave us the opportunity to write. You know what I mean? Like we
yeah.
wrote off the cuff literally at practices. Every fucking thing we've ever done except Scatterbrain was all
Yeah.
written off the cuff at practices.
We get a lot of pre.
I don't think we ever structured anything.
And realistically, we only play 3 to 5 shows a year, and part of it's just we couldn't really do more than that schedule wise.
Children will
But it allows us
do that
time.
for you.
It allows us time to, because once we have kind of an idea, then Caleb and I can work on structuring things.
Right.
You know, we can program some drums. We can work on getting some pieces together. We can send it out. They can, give us their so there's this process of bouncing.
shitty drums.
These digital drums are not what I would play. We know, Steve. We know.
Just take them fucking
We
drums
know
out
it's
of
going to
there.
be better.
Yeah, all the pre-pros.
This is
that we
our
give him,
guitar
we have to
brain.
send him a drumless file.
Do what?
So
Do what?
All the pre-pros we do, we have to send him a drumless file,
Yeah.
just with a metronome on there. So
Oh gosh, yeah. They're so
Otherwise,
bad
mess
they
them up.
screw me up whenever I'm trying to play to it.
Oh, really? I've never been able to play to a click track. To this day, I cannot play to a click track.
Studio recordings will help you out.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
haunt you.
then you're under the microscope.
And it's
They'll haunt you if you can't because it fucks with my head.
Yeah.
yeah.
It does sometimes.
It's a good skill to have.
Well, it's
there's
like-
a time and a place for being able to let stuff breathe, but when you can, especially with recording, and you're trying to adjust things, and if there's parts you have to patch in or whatever,
Right.
You can't do it without that.
Right, I
You know.
understand that.
The,
It's just,
the
it fucks with my
Skydweller,
head
the
badly.
Skydweller EP was nothing was to a click, and it was fine until there were like a couple issues we had to fix, and then it took forever.
Right.
But you can feel those songs. They speed up and they slow down a little bit, and then
Right.
because we had played those for so long that we kind of we felt that.
Yeah.
But then when there was a couple places where we had to fix it, we're like, oh shit.
fell out of pocket.
Now it's like, you had to. Yeah, it was a process, but
Play to a click. It's more cut and paste. There it is, done.
yeah.
That's what I've come to see because I can't. I just. Oh man, it seems like a headache for.
I was fortunate that years ago I had a music teacher that she taught me how to play to a click. So it was just like
There you go.
that's
Shit, I never even learned how to read music. Still don't to this day. Like I
yeah,
play
I
bass has
don't.
all been by ear.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's learn this track. Okay, I'll put some kind of flavor on it. It's my own. But
Yeah.
Like doing covers has always been really fucking hard for me. Really fucking hard. I've never enjoyed it. I've always felt like I was gonna fucking screw it up so badly that nobody would want to listen to it.
Oh,
So
I screw them all up.
Everything's bad.
Give it all the even amount of attention, right?
That fucking CD was all the drum tracks were done. 11 drum tracks were done in a 16-hour period.
Yeah.
Not to a single click.
Wow.
Yeesh.
Yes.
There was a click in the control room that Rob was listening into and hearing the drums and trying to get to see if it felt right.
Yeah. Because I think we only had one song that had to be fixed.
And I'm proud of
then-
that.
Yeah.
Now hear me out. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, the
Very
only song that
fucking
had to
proud
be-
of that. However, it's hard to listen to that now.
Oh, yes. I have a hard time with it.
It's
Yeah.
hard to listen to
Well,
now.
for one, it's played different. Played live. You listen to the I'm Not Okay album.
First experience.
It is played differently now. And you were talking about that, like the test. He was talking about that, test driving it. Where, where you play something
Sure.
like we played, say, I'm Not Okay. We played a certain way for so many years. Now it is not played that fucking way. You know, it has evolved on its own. But
Yeah.
no click track is no lie on that either. And like they called me up and was like, "Hey, our parts are done. All you gotta do is come in here and Chop needs to lay down vocals." Took like not even 6 months. I think we took more time on vocals than we did on anything else on that album. So,
I understand that.
but not one click in it. And I think that's, to me, I think it's awesome as well because I've never since then been able to do anything like that. I've been in 4 different projects after it never took fruition, but that's why I like this because I've got to watch this from a baby.
Yeah.
To where it is now is fucking awesome. If you
Hard
ask
work, time,
me. Yes, sir.
time
Yeah.
is the ultimate decider. Time and putting the work, and putting the work in too. We've watched all of us have watched a lot of bands come and go, and sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't.
Yep.
But however, if you do the crock pot, if you just put everything in a crock pot and let it just slowly and be patient, you'll get something good
Get
out of
some
it.
juicy, delicious chicken at the end of the day.
Yeah.
There we go.
I like crockpot steak.
Yeah. Takes time.
Yes,
And
it does.
if you're willing to put in consistent effort, and you understand there's still work aspect to it, because you have people that want to be musicians, they want the summit of the mountain, but they're not willing to make the climb.
Yes.
And it's like you can't enjoy the spoils unless you put in the fucking labor.
Right.
Yes.
So there's two sides of it, and so you have some people that are
And I'm on one side of it because there was a cutoff in my life where I had to go, okay, I keep joining projects and I'm not able to.
sure.
So there was a physical limitation that needed to be met up here for me to go, yeah, you feel like you're 20 in your brain. You get out of bed and you fucking pull a hamstring and all
Yeah.
you did was cough.
Ow! What
I got a
the?
hernia.
I cough in my legs too.
Dude, I
My
got
back popped and I farted.
I got an umbilical hernia picking up an empty fucking garden pot.
Jesus, dude.
Yes. I bent just
Yeah.
right in it, right through the belly button during COVID. So I've had this for a minute,
Yeah.
and now it's like 5 years old. and
But
it's
did
like a
you
bitch.
record death growls after getting hernia
wish I
surgery like someone else at the table?
Story time.
Really? Really?
Yeah, I was doing bodybuilding back in the day, and
Gotcha.
I was at somebody's house, and I lifted up my stomach to like stretch.
Yeah.
And my umbilical, I didn't know what it was at the time, but my belly button popped off.
Oh yeah.
And so I
Dude,
had
it sucks.
surgery, and then in 2016, and it was the 3 days before we went to go record that Skydweller
Yep.
EP.
Gotcha.
And so we're sitting there recording, and then freaking Jeremy Myers is sitting there making me laugh the whole time because umbilical hernia surgery is like pain. It's 2 weeks of
Yeah.
just searing, severe pain.
Yeah, I've
And
done
that's
some
been
reading. I'm not enjoying it.
And so I'm like hobbling around. I'm holding a pillow on my stomach.
Yep.
I'm recording these bass tracks. Jeremy's making me laugh. I want to kill him. And so there was a growl part in one of the songs.
Yeah.
I remember which song it was. And like, I think it
was
was like too breathy or something, and it wasn't like.
I couldn't
guttural
do the
enough?
low at that point. I couldn't do the low stuff yet. I hadn't figured that out,
Right.
Because I just hadn't done enough of it,
Yeah. Right.
And he was a natural at it. So it came to a point where it was like, Caleb, you might have to try to give this a shot. And he's like, okay. So he hobbles in there. I think you sat. I think you sat on a
sat
chair.
down,
in.
How many
I got
days
my
after?
Pillow, and I took that mic and I recorded that. It was for Ghost and Echo.
Yeah.
Time to show your. Like,
Yes.
That
Yep.
How
what
many
it was.
days after the surgery was this?
3.
Damn.
3 days.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
that-
I did the take,
That's it.
and then like as soon as he got the take, I was like, oh my god.
And that's
Oh,
it.
I
That's
bet.
on the That's it.
It's
That's
on
the
the
one on the EP.
Yeah, I can't do anything over 25 pounds above my head is a horrible idea. I feel like somebody slit my stomach the next day.
Yeah, I got it repaired with a mesh, and
I've
it's
got
been
like a
fine
golf
ever
ball
since.
size right now. I'm right in the middle of my belly button.
Yeah.
You make sure innie and outie. It sucks. But it doesn't hurt all the time for me. It's just when I do anything, it'll fucking suck. But
Oh, at one
I don't think I could do any kind of like that shit. No, not at all.
Yeah. I don't blame you. But he did it.
It hurt.
Props to Caleb.
No
It
shit
hurt,
there.
but we did
Caleb the Snyder. Butt Thunderer.
it. Mr.
Butt
He
Thunderer,
did it.
Splashy McCrashface, Yelly Beard Chuggerson, and then
I changed mine. Just because I was
Yours-
like,
yours-
mine's lame. I spent so I like put. I thought so hard
I don't
about
like
your
being
guys'.
called McLovin.
Mine was lame, so I was like, I got to redo this. I don't even remember what it
What
was
is it?
now.
Riffy Cordo.
Yes, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is, isn't it?
Riffy Cordo.
That's
Because
our
we were
alias.
making our stage plot. This was like 2 years ago,
Oh, yeah.
and someone asked us for a stage plot, and I was like, man, we probably need to map that out because we hadn't done one yet for this iteration.
Right.
So I did, but I was like, you gotta have fun with it.
Yeah,
so I like,
might as well.
I put like bad Photoshop like cutouts of our faces, and then gave us all names. So yeah,
Lord.
and that was.
For those of you that don't know what a stage plot is,
You're gonna learn, kids.
Yes, you
These
will.
are things you need.
I didn't know what one was until 4 years ago, so don't feel fucking
Yeah, I mean it was probably.
Yeah, you have to put a
It was.
photo
It would have been
of that in post
Skydweller.
or something.
Skydweller was probably the first time someone asked me, and I was like, "What is
Like
that?"
a photo up of that or something.
Oh yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send
There
it to
you
you so
go.
you can pop it up.
That'll be fun.
But yeah, and it's funny because every time I send it to somebody, they're like, "What the?"
Yelly Beard
They just
Chuggerson.
laugh, and I'm like, "That's exactly what it's for."
Yes.
And it's all accurate.
Yes.
Yeah,
All accurate.
because we don't
Well, I mean,
we
Jeremy
don't take
said it.
ourselves very seriously.
Dude, Squirrel said it best years ago when we were in fucking Spirit of Chaos. If you're not having fun, what the fuck is the point?
Absolutely. Yep.
It's rock and roll. It ain't rocket science, kids.
No. It's still a job, but it's a
Have
fun job.
fun.
Yeah.
Do your
It's a fun
work,
job.
but have fun.
Yes.
There's work to be done.
That's it.
And and sometimes that work can be a little tedious. It's like, God damn it, I just want to fucking do it. I just want
Yeah.
to plow and do it. But you
Hey,
have
Bullock,
to do
re-record these vocals.
Yeah.
Like recording.
Oh, I was getting ready to
recording,
ask.
I just want to like kill everybody in the room.
I was getting ready to ask. those
us?
Those were
note-
some
no,
mediocre.
yeah. Me?
Those
Last
were
one,
some
I was mad
mediocre
as hell.
smiles during those shots I seen.
This note, it's just this note.
This
is just
note,
not
yeah.
landed
Yeah.
right. It's just not.
We're not. Yeah,
something's
we're on each other for sure. But the end
As you
product
should be.
is always good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It's
we're
all
why we
good
put
fun.
out
I mean,
that-
and we all understand like it's not a. We're old enough that we've gotten rid of the ego and the shit, and so it's like if we do something and someone's like, I don't know, man. We're like, okay, all right.
Right. It's
So we
more
go
like-
back in, we redo, and we all fuck up, and it's just part of it.
Oh yeah.
You know?
And even Mike, we were doing a take. What were we doing? He was like, and this is fucking funny. Mike was like, "That's good, man, but I need more soul." And I'm like, "Mike, I'm white."
And then we watched that James Brown video,
Oh Lord.
and
Yeah.
then he went
What we
back
were
to
talking about
literally.
earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
I look good, but I
all
feel
coked up,
good.
yeah.
But it's just little things like that. When we were recording, it was like just the littlest stuff
Yeah.
Yeah.
really does make a big difference. Whether you don't want to do it or not.
Well, and shout out to Mike because he had the patience of a saint.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the man. We're gonna miss him.
Man,
Oh, the
He's dead now.
he moved to LA.
Has he moved yet?
I know.
It's
Yeah.
June. Has he?
It's June.
Has he
He
already
should-
packed up?
I guess. He
Mike,
should
I
be.
love you. You're dead, but
We
I
sent
love
him
you.
his money.
What'd you say? You sent him his money?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
I was
'cause we
gonna
still had
ask
a
him,
little
like,
bit-
hey,
we owed
man,
him a little
You
bit.
got all your cash. We sent it to you, but he ain't said shit. So but
Okay,
we sent
fair
it.
enough.
So
We
There you
paid-
go. It's on
we paid
record
the
right
man.
here. You'll hear it
Yeah,
here first.
that's it.
paid for.
We paid him.
Yeah. And
I'll
he
put
did
Jeremy's obituary in the thread later.
Yeah.
And he did an excellent job, like just engineering, mixing all this stuff, and then
Yeah.
we sent the masters to Chicago,
Really?
We sent them to Rax Tracks.
I
with,
seen that, yeah.
Ricky Barnes, and got it mastered up there. They do a lot of like
Big
mainstream
time
level,
shit.
like you
Nice.
know, big acts coming through there, Grammy acts, and then we're really happy with how this one turned out and how it sounds. Like all the masters that we got back, we were like,
Yeah.
That sounds great.
damn.
To all
okay.
the bands out there,
Yep.
anybody who's local, not just trying to sound uppity, but man, pay the fucking money.
Yeah, save
it
up.
is worth
Find
it.
a good
Save up
place
for it.
It is
and
worth it.
pay the fuck. We're in.
I've got
we're in $3
demos.
grand for this demo,
Not bad.
Yeah,
That's
three
not
three
bad.
plus grand. Yeah.
That's not
but
bad,
it's
though.
Yep.
worth it. It's fucking worth.
See, I've had this thought about getting into paying for bands getting their shit because my finances are in that realm now. Where I've thought about getting into doing producing, where you pay for the album to be made and then they deal with all the duplications on them. But just to make it easier on some of the bands around here because I know how hard it is. I've been through this with you. I know it's not easy to get that kind of cash flow together. Deal with your families, deal with your 9-to-5 jobs, get together
Yep.
on once or twice a week if
Band
you're lucky.
fund.
Play enough shows.
And hearing where you two drive from, what the fuck, guys?
yeah, hour and a half
Damn.
every
Yep.
practice.
Damn.
But
Coming
like
to
it.
the Fern to throw down.
Until I get the rehearsal space
It
done.
is at your place still, right?
Yeah,
I see.
until
Yeah.
he gets his rehearsal space, and then we're gonna repay the favor.
Yeah.
and
I've got a
trek
room
to
I'm working
DuQuoin.
on.
It's a little quicker for him. You know, a little bit. It'll be a little bit bigger space.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
That's always
and the way
best.
that he's
And it's
building
dedicated.
it's gonna be.
It's
Simply
dedicated.
that area
Practice
is
space.
yes.
It's an old,
That's what it
old
is.
guest house on his property.
Yeah, it was the next house. So when we bought the house we're in DuQuoin, they had bought the parcel next door. So they bought
Gotcha.
that house and that property. So they had ripped out the back half of the house to use for like an RV barn. So it's all gravelled out. They clipped all the floor joists and stuff, but the front 2 rooms are still there.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. So I can the first room you come into can be like a hangout spot. We can have a table in there and a bar
Right.
or whatever. But then I can take this back room, double wall it out, soundproof it,
HQ.
run electrical, and that can be the new music spot. We'll have more space. We can set everything
It's
up.
nice
It'll
to
be
have an
easier
HQ.
to record.
It's so much nicer.
And it'll be easier. It'll be more middle ground. Like Caleb won't have to drive as far.
Right.
We can keep everything set up, and we can still we have jam nights at Bullocks if we need to. Like if we're short on time, whatever, we can still do that.
Right.
And we both have dual
Multiple
rigs, so we
places,
can
never
run.
hurt.
Yeah.
Never hurt.
We
But
did
it'll
that back
it'll
in
make
the
life
day.
easier for us.
We used to be at Chops, and then we went to my place, and then we did a
Stevo's.
couple here, and
Yeah.
it jams.
Yeah, shout out to
I don't know how
HQ's
many
jam.
bands. I don't know how many bands I've had use my space
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Sure.
Even before doing this podcast shit, because with the sim and everything like that, we tried to fucking like over on 20th Street. That wasn't the sim. After Ferguson, when I got almost divorced the first time, we ended up doing the sim because the band got screwed over at Maddie's Pub, and it had been years. Like the last time I think I seen him, it was
Pub.
me and you had seen him up at
Corpso.
yeah, Joe Corso.
It's like a walking
Gorgeous
fucking
George.
dried out piece of beef jerky.
Dude,
I said it.
I don't care. Don't you know what kind of fucking legend we lost?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we all have a story with that.
Oh yes, I have a fun one as well. But yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see you guys are back at it again. I know COVID really fucked with a lot of bands. Like we're all finally sick of hearing about that shit. So everybody's finally. I think everything's
Yep.
back to normal finally with being able to
Yeah,
do
I
shows.
feel like everything's in
On
kind
the
of a
other
good
side.
groove.
On the other
But
side.
then again, there's an election coming, so we all might want to be,
Right.
You
be
never
ready.
know.
Be ready for anything. We
A
can go
couple-
live here.
We're gonna have the
Couple
best
winners.
year we've had, and then
Yeah.
it's over.
And then it's over. And then the country shuts down.
We just put an EP out,
I was
damn
gonna
it.
say, but your EP will be out.
Yeah, that'll be a
We'll be
plus.
out. Yeah.
You got a while.
Buy physical copies before the grid crashes, people.
Right.
I will.
Get the CDs and the vinyls.
I'm buying the vinyl. I will guarantee you that.
Yeah.
And everything that everything that we make from like this merch and stuff like that, that goes back into the band fund to then pay for the
Yes.
next EP.
As the way it should be.
Yeah.
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 That's like this here. I post every month. I post what I made, and right now we're at like a whopping 23 cents. I can almost buy a
Heck
sucker
yeah.
in 1980.
There you go, buddy. Big dog.
But everything I make from this gives me travel money to go see y'all,
Oh, yeah.
money to buy y'all's merch. So I do appreciate you guys being on the
And-
podcast, all of you.
And that's how you get the ball rolling slowly. And
Yes.
over time, it gets bigger and bigger. It's like the snowball effect. we've been a band for 8 fucking years, and it's taken that long to get
Oh, yeah.
where we're at today. Some bands, it's an easier path. Some bands, it's not an easier path.
Some bands I'm seeing that are just now getting there, they've been doing it 20.
We sell our merch, we play the shows, we take that money, and we put it into the band fund.
Yeah.
We used to not do that. You
Yeah.
know, Derek always wanted his $20 for cigarettes and gas. And we're like, no, dude.
Me and Chop would drink the rest of it the fuck
Yeah,
out,
let's
probably.
put it in the band fund. But with this band, we put
Yep.
put everything into it, man. And so
Everything goes back.
nobody's out of pocket a whole lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And it works.
That
So,
way you can afford the good recordings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
It does help.
it
Does help.
Yeah,
That's-
and you get good recordings.
mostly
your stuff gets
self-sufficient.
Further, more people come to your shows. You make more, and then so like.
Yeah.
it
See,
just
that's
keeps-
where it got weird for me because of Drift Loud. Because he does recordings. Like I still don't see, like he did so many bands go to other places and then he helps with all the distribution and all that.
Yeah.
Website and all the
Yeah, I
connections.
think he
he's got.
has like that option. Like if a band
Right.
that's on Drift Loud
Yeah.
wants to record.
In the last 6 weeks, you guys' shit is all over social media. It is fucking everywhere.
He's doing a great
It
job
is
with
all
promotion.
over
Very
fucking.
grateful.
And we
it's
still
in
post-
Marketplace. It's in
He
fucking
does.
TikTok. It's on fucking. It's on
on
every
TikTok,
damn
yeah,
thing.
look at
We're on
that.
TikTok?
We've been trying
Yes,
to
you're
break
on
through
TikTok.
for a while.
Dude, Kyle, thank
Cut a
you.
video, cut a video, and go onto the sounds and type in your name. There's like 80 of your songs on there that you can use as a backing track for any video I record on TikTok right now. So,
All right. Yeah, we're all kind of DIY, so we post stuff and market and do graphic design and stuff. But then Kyle does probably 80% of it.
Yeah,
We'll
he does
post
for a
shit
lot.
up and do some things. And
he helps a
Caleb
lot
and
of
I
the
will make
bands where they don't
videos,
have
but
time because of
he-
the 9 to 5 gig.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
he's
I
been a
get that.
huge asset because then that takes that weight all off of us.
Yeah.
And I've said this in the past, but it's like when you're having to do everything, it sucks.
I think he's got too much on his shelf sometimes. I really do. 'Cause
he
I
probably does.
I've seen times where waves of like 10 bands will have a post.
it's your problem, motherfucker.
Which I'm sure he says I'm sure he has a process
Yeah.
where he
Oh,
schedules
I
out
hope.
he schedules out whatever, and then they
I would
pop
not
up
want to
when
look
they're
at that
gonna pop
schedule
up.
either.
But
Much like his endeavor with Drift Loud, I remember when he first started that up, and
Yeah.
then we were like maybe the 5th band on it. But much like that endeavor, look where it's at now.
Oh,
Much
yeah.
like this
It's like 14
endeavor,
bands now, I think.
Yes.
much like
Yeah.
this endeavor that you're doing now with all the setup, dude, look in another 2 fucking years where it could be.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
It's the crock pot.
Yeah, I know.
Keep that crock pot mentality, man.
we're not going nowhere this
I'm
time.
just saying.
I had a lot of mental health things that came about due to quitting tobacco
We're all
that I
crazy.
didn't know was coming my way. I didn't know that when you quit tobacco, you're going to be nauseous like you did heroin. Like, it's fucking shitty on some people. Like, he's
Alright.
not as sensitive to it as what I was, apparently. But, dude, it made me
what happened when you
sick.
quit heroin?
Nothing much. I saved some money. I got married. I found a woman. I got married. Some upsides came from quitting drugs.
Fuck you, singer.
I had to flip that.
I got you.
No track marks.
Right?
That's right.
Sounds better.
Good as
You didn't
new.
overdose?
Good
I
as
didn't
I,
new.
clear it
didn't,
up.
I didn't overdose.
Yeah.
Dick grew back.
For the record, I've never done drugs. Hard drugs.
Yep.
I can vouch for that.
What's
No
left on the
thanks.
cue card
It's too much.
Yeah. Was there anything that you?
No,
had left
basically,
that you wanna cover?
just
Ask us
like
some cool
letting people
questions.
know where the fucking shows are. Basically, like the Granada show is 108 North 9th Street, Mount Vernon, Illinois 62864. It'll be at 8 p.m.
Let's
on
shout out
July
Granada.
5th at the Granada Theater. Like the Granada's changed.
Russell Brown.
They're great.
Granada's fucking beautiful
They're great
compared to
to
what
us.
it was.
Be there Sunday.
That's
Dude, when I did Metal in the Mountains 5 there was no chairs in there.
The edge of the seat.
There was nothing in that motherfucker. Then.
Dance
Yeah.
to 6
Well,
degree
they've done
fire.
an incredible job of like making that like
the soundboard's
the
like 3
premier venue basically for Southern
That's nice.
Illinois.
Again, because it was at one time.
Yeah.
Like there was vaudeville shows and orchestras and shit.
Yep.
It was the cream of the crop fucking place back in the day.
Yeah. Well, this is like you get on the Granada stage and it's just like this. This
awesome,
feels like
dude.
the pageant.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what the design
basically
is.
it's a mini
It's a mini
pageant.
pageant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And 2 other bands who want to get in good with the establishment, not any one individual at the establishment itself,
Yeah.
show up, be polite, have your shit together,
Yep.
and they will have you back.
Yes.
Be
If
professional.
you
And
bash
don't
them
talk
on
shit
don't talk
on the
shit
side.
Yeah.
on the side. Be a good band, show up and be professional, and they'll have you back. Look at us. That's
They've
the
been nothing
one
but
reason
good
why
to
they've had
us.
us
I
back.
think you guys have played there more than any band in this area.
because
Yeah, and they're-
we show up there and
Yeah.
have our shit
We
together.
have a
Yeah, we
really
just
good
show up and do
relationship
our
with
shit.
them,
Yes.
and they're always great to us, and we always do our best to try to
Very grateful.
return the favor. You know,
Russell took
and
me
it's-
around in there when you found his Uncle Dave's Pick Shrine.
The Pick Shrine, yeah.
He took me around through there when that happened, and he had just bought it. So they had just got the apartments all opened up. It used to be a business, and it got flipped into
Stank
apartments.
like ass in there.
Dude, it was horrible in there. It smelled awful.
Rough.
But I mean, the place I closed it.
Chicken shit to
Like
chicken
I
salad.
worked for Sarasota Theaters in the '90s when they closed that.
Oh,
We all went-
really?
yeah, we went to
That's
Showplace
cool.
8. So I was working
right.
the Granada in the stadium on weekends, and then they closed that down. We all got shipped out to the state or the Showplace 8. So we threw a pizza party in there. In that case over there, you'll see a Carasota's badge that says Dracula on it, because we all dressed up as our favorite characters for the fucking last show that we had there.
Oh, sweet.
So we all sat down and had a pizza party, and we all ended up with this little 8x10 of the screen that had the theater airbrushed on it. I have no fucking clue where that went. I've been divorced. So that fucking disappeared during that run, probably. But it's changed so much. I worked at Granada when I was 16 years old. I was an usher and a cashier, and moved to the stadium and then on and out. But to see it when the Granada group bought it, after somebody had like flushed a toilet in there in like 1997, and it ran for 4 years, and the city didn't know what the fuck was going on. It ate the entire women's bathroom floor out.
Oh my God.
So when David Lister and the
Shitters
Lister group,
broke.
dude, it was bad. Like it smelled like something died in there when we went in there. It was like, what the fuck is that smell? They're like, oh, we're airing out the women's restroom, and I went in there and the whole floor is gone. It's just disintegrated.
Well, ladies,
I was like, God damn, that tampon.
Now
was
you
rough
know.
on that toilet.
Super cool place.
It's a badass place.
Should've
I love
turned the
way
vent
they
on.
do it. The renovations upstairs are just amazing. My father worked there when he was 16, so I've always heard the stories about the shit they put down on the ground with the.
To have that in our own backyard is pretty cool. Now.
Dude, it's fucking amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it's literally a few blocks from its house.
Yeah.
So we just when
We
we
played a
were
show
playing
there
there,
one
we just
time.
Story time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
the pop-up.
Somebody dropped out of a show with what was it? Oakwood Grove,
Oakwood,
and somebody else was there.
Dead Wolves.
Yeah, Dead Wolves, and somebody had to drop out.
I think
And
was it the White Rose?
I have
was
an
it
EP.
White Rose.
I have an
Dead
EP from
Wolves?
Dead Wolves.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they called us up and they were like, or they hit us up and they were like, hey, can you guys fill in this show? We were already going to be in town that night
We were
anyway
already
for
practicing.
band practice, and so we're like. Pfft.
We just
Yeah.
loaded
Okay,
up
let's
and
do
went.
it.
So yeah, we just
Jammed a
loaded up
set.
and went, and that was like our practice that night was a show at the
Nice.
Granada, and it
Yeah.
was
We'll
just
come.
Like, this is great.
Practice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. It was a good time too. But yeah, and but that's cool too because they know they can trust us to be like,
That's
hey,
what I
we
was
need a
gonna say.
band.
You guys are going to get opportunities that a lot of bands around here are going to have to watch and learn.
Yeah, so it's
And there's bands popping
cool.
up like crazy right now.
Which is awesome.
It's
And
nice to
got all
be-
the resources they
great,
could ever need to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Back
They
in
just
my
gotta be
day.
smart about it.
Hey, I'm
They
still
gotta
fighting with
appreciate-
fucking DBs.
Back in our day.
I'm still trying to get booked at DBs, and here it's been 10 years since we've thrown a fucking show there.
no.
Yeah, they will not. I've got recordings of phone calls. It's like, fuck y'all. They just will not fucking call me back. It's
Oh
like,
wow.
whatever.
Okay.
It's whatever. you
There's
know.
some good spots in town. Geo's does a lot.
Yeah.
Knuckleheads, I can get in at Knuckleheads. Alyssa Moore, shout out. Granada. There's some good spots around town for bands like us to
Yes.
play.
Yeah.
Now a lot of bands like like cover bands and stuff, they can play just about any bar. You
Yeah,
know.
like
Here
the
and
Kel
there.
Bar type
Yeah,
things, because they
that's-
won't do anything
more
but
power to 'em,
cover
man.
bands for the most part.
Yeah, they draw the big crowds. They, and that's what they want.
Yeah,
the
that's
bars,
all
the
the
bars
leisure
want
people.
bands that are going to pull people there so they can sell more liquor.
Well, I've also noticed that with cover bands, you're going to pull in a lot of that 1980s crowd. Like the people that were going to the hotels back when we were all kids, that were watching like fucking Power Load and the Hales Boys and shit like that at the hotel.
Steve knows. Steve played in cover bands for fucking ever.
Yeah, that's,
He knows the drill.
Multiple.
God bless cover bands, because without them we wouldn't have real bands.
We're a real band.
Right?
Get out of here.
I don't know how many bands I know started out as cover bands and ended up being able to write their own shit because of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like playing both, either or. It don't bother me.
Yeah,
I love
depending
playing
on the
covers. I love
Swiss
playing
Army
original
knife.
stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
they're
Steve's
kind of
Swiss Army
they're kind
knife.
of both their own different kind of elements. Where it's like you're writing a song, you're really kind of just putting a lot into it. And then a cover song, it's like you're trying to learn somebody else's material. I mean, you're putting in that effort to learn all that stuff, which actually ends up helping you
Yep.
with all your original stuff. Because it's like, hey, I remember playing this lick in this song. It's like I'm gonna
Right.
take that over to my original. Sometimes it works.
I've always been jealous of people that can play covers because I can't. It fucks with my
Inspiration.
psyche.
Yeah,
We were talking about that the other night, but the most I've grown as a player, and I think it was you that said the same thing. But the most I've grown as a guitarist has been in a cover band.
Really?
You learn
I-
so
that's-
much.
That's how it was with me with
playing.
drums. Yeah.
covers, just because it
For me,
helps,
though, it
helps to
ruins-
round that out.
For me, it ruins the original take on the song, though. For me, learning a cover, because if like you only learn like 5 covers, and for 3 years that band plays nothing but those 5 covers, you get burned out on those
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
songs.
that's different.
It makes the original song so fucking hard for me to hear.
That's where I just started. When I first started playing, it was all cover
Right.
songs. That's all I played for the longest time. And then, hell, I was probably 18 whenever I got in my first original band. And,
Right on.
you know, then it was just kind of like, you know, all right, I'm trying this one out, you know, trying let's see how this goes. I mean, I always wrote my own stuff. I always kind of had my own drum things that I would do, you know. But it was nothing ever that was like set in stone, like, you know, this is my song. This is how it's gonna go. You know, I never had, and then I hop into an original band, and you know, it was different, but you know, hey, I liked it, and
Yeah.
we played a few gigs here and there, and it was cool.
Yeah. I like both.
Like, as of last night, the video is fucking awesome. I love what was going on with it. There was like 676 views already as of midnight last night when I checked it last.
Pretty cool.
So it is awesome to see the video.
Flamethrowers, dancing girls, lights.
But you guys also got the Harley Davidson show.
Yes.
And what do you think about the mud house?
Oh yeah, they're a little.
I
sneaky
tried-
little
They
show
posted some
appearance.
pictures before
Yeah.
you guys came on.
I know
we shared it.
nothing.
We
You
shared
know
it before we
nothing?
came here. Yeah. So that, I mean, those are the bros. I'm always, dude, since they split up, I'm always like,
I still got my
Giving them
shirt.
shit every time.
I'm
like,
always
"Hey,
talking
you guys
shit.
gonna play a show?"
Every time I have an opportunity, I'm like calling out Mudhouse and just
Well, Tim Hall.
because they were great. I want to see them come back.
Tim.
Yeah, Tim Hall's a lady lives
Yeah.
just up here on Martini,
Oh,
around
really?
the street from me here. So yeah, it's nice.
me on the
It's gonna be nice to see that.
I was at Kroger the other day, and I was talking to a gentleman.
A gentleman
and
by
he
the
was
name
telling
of
me
TH.
things, and I know that's all I know.
THE.
I see those
Dumb man.
hush hush look at you. Yeah. So I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. I was I don't know if I should say this or not, but I was talking to Brandon earlier. I was like, I see Mudhouse. I don't see Brandon. And he was like, I'm going to Snapchat you because that's way too much to try to text. But he's still working with Chad. They're trying to do Deadwolf stuff. So I would
Gotcha.
imagine he's probably just busy.
That's nice.
So it's, hopefully
Again,
that works out.
It's a whole new world out there now for me because there's so many bands that are popping up, right? That are all connected. Like I didn't know that Tim Hall was in American Lion,
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that either.
so I didn't know about that either.
Where's the Marion show?
That's at that biker place.
Biker place.
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't got back to me yet. He just asked if we'd want to play at some point.
Oh, okay.
The Marion is it the VFW?
No,
I
he
thought
said
I'd
it'd be
seen
at their MC at their club.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we're gonna play at a biker
It's in
club.
Marion.
There you go. That'd be fun.
Yeah, well down.
Yeah, we'll fit
I
right
can't
in.
remember.
And then Lamasco's with Imperia,
Impera.
Impera, whatever.
Yeah, the Black Diamond show is early. That's a noon show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's July
And that's
17th.
then that's what they're doing every week. It's
That's
12
what I've
12
seen.
to
I was
1
like, that's
every
odd.
Saturday. Yeah.
I seen it was so odd considering the location of it. You would think they would want to do that at night,
Well, you would think
and it's
that-
fucking
And
July.
that's
You would think if
sun
they were,
right
if they were
above
wanting
your
to do
face.
The Battle of the Bands, they would have 6 bands on Friday night, 6 bands
in
on
3 or 4
Saturday
weeks
night.
instead of 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you know.
To
in
me, it
even
seemed
one
like a
week,
cash
you know.
grab, but that's just on me.
Really?
I'll say that
Fucking
myself.
feels real battle.
Right?
We really need this fucking
There you
shit.
go.
Just
Yeah.
don't pick an aluminum bottle.
I wonder if they still have that stage in the warehouse because they had that stage. Because I remember 30-6 playing there, and
See, I've never been to a show for Black Diamond.
because they did that, they had the warehouse, and it was cool because they had bikes up on like it was like a balcony storage type thing, and it was a cool area. But I don't know if they still use it. That when they started getting into the RV thing, they started parking RVs in
Gotcha.
there, and I don't know if they.
Dude, the last time I
So they
was down
should
there
have
to
did
show,
a full battle, like whether it's 2-day or whatever, but in there and set it up, had a centralized PA, had
Right.
a good sound guy run it.
I think the last time I was down there for a show was like the Copper Dragon days.
Yeah.
They played the copper.
Yeah,
we
put
it was past its glory at that point.
Yeah, I've seen Galactic.
It was a bit of a letdown, but it was fun.
You know,
I've seen Galactic play there, so that was decent. It wasn't too bad. But that's all I've got for you guys. If you guys ain't got nothing else to talk shit about,
we
Anything
just
else?
want to make sure to remind folks that the Hero EP comes out July
Sometime.
5th. And then we've got July 13th.
One
we've got
day.
the Black Diamond Harley Davidson Battle of the Bands in order to play for Stone Temple Pilots
Yeah.
in September. And then We've got an August show to be announced. We've got potentially the September show for Stone Temple Pilots. We'll see. Who knows? We've got the October
Vote
5th
for
show.
Cause of Ruin, or we're sending people to your house.
Right. And then we'll have the.
Please and thank you.
We'll probably have a
I know
Granada show
strange
in November.
motherfuckers.
So that's that's kind of this year's plan, and then we'll take the winter to continue. Start
Yeah.
writing the next EP.
Sounds good.
Impera just released a new single. Go check that out. We'll play with them in October.
Backing track.
Yeah, they got new stuff out. Check out the EP. Check out
You'll have to
all our
send me some
stuff.
links on that.
www.driftworldrecords.com/Cause of Ruin. We're on Spotify. We're on Google Play. We're on fucking YouTube.
On
Facebook
everything but
Music.
crack.
We're on everything but crack and heroin, everybody.
We're on MySpace. We're on AOL.
We're on the good stuff. We're on Jesus, damn it.
Jeepus.
We're on the good stuff.
Praise Jeepus.
You can hit us
Praise
up
Jeepus.
and check out. What is the name of the podcast? What's the official
Shooting the
name?
shit with Baldy.
Yeah, I didn't. Okay,
Is it the
check out
World's
Shooting
Worst
the Shit with
podcast
Baldy.
or Shooting the Shit with Baldy?
It's Shooting the Shit with Baldy.
Okay.
It's just labeled as
So
the
that's a
world's worst
tagline.
podcast.
This is the world's worst podcast.
Yes, it is.
Shooting the Shit with
We
Baldy.
have more malfunctions than my brain
Check
can
it
handle.
out. Many more episodes, and we'll be back. Like the
Oh, you
herpes.
better
We'll be back tomorrow.
We'll be back.
We left some shit
We're
here.
just staying here. We don't need to do anything else. We'll just come back. Episode 2, episode 3.
Right. Never know.
This has been fun.
Yeah,
Yep.
it has
It's been a good time.
I've enjoyed sitting here for the last hour having to hold my piss.
Hey, well done.
Got a bottle.
No.
Got to fit her in there. Gonna squeeze it.
That ain't happening.
Squeeze it.
There's a reason Paula married me. It ain't my price. It is not my charming personality.
Hey.
Love you, baby. she's ex-military. She can fucking stab me in my sleep and get away with
Oh,
it.
for sure. Yep. Yeah.
But that is all I got for you guys. Thank you very much for being on here. Guys, check out the EP when it comes out.
Gang, gang.
Until then, metal horns up.
Yeah, see ya. Boop, boop.